The bad thing about it being cold now is that I constantly need to clear my throat or sniff or whatever. I love that it's cold, but it's bad for an audio medium.
I'm healthy.
I can't sympathize.
I can't
I'm
sympathize.
healthy.
I'm fine and healthy.
Well, I'm sick and feeble, apparently. Welcome back to Nat 2, where it's just the two of us.
Naturally.
Haha.
Usually I don't say that, I feel like.
You're right.
Oh. I turned the brightness up on my laptop. It was at nothing.
Oh.
You know, like when you turn up and you're like, I can see stuff.
Yeah.
This is great.
Speaking of being able to see stuff.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that segue.
I'm blind I'm not. Okay, wait. I'm not actually
Big
blind.
reveal.
I realize that like that could be a very real possibility and you guys wouldn't
you would
even
have
know.
no way of knowing that.
I have horrible vision. I have a -4 prescription, if any of you glasses folks out there know what that means. It just basically means if I'm not wearing glasses or contacts, I can't make out anything that's not like maybe 2 inches from my eyeballs. And so it's been a year since I went and got my eyes checked, and every time that I go to my eye doctor, it is the most surreal experience. I went to this eye doctor because they were the only one that will just be like, oh yeah, we can see you in approximately 24 hours. Instead of being like,
12 years from now, yeah, when you don't have eyes anymore.
Yeah, and I was like,
know.
is this just because you don't have a lot of business? Like, what is this? But I didn't really care, so I went. And the receptionist is so mean, but like, if you play your cards right, she's like...
She'll give you a hand job. If you play your cards right.
No, like, I went up to the front desk and she was on the phone and she was like, I'm good, how are you? There was a pause. I said, I'm good, how are you? And I was like, it doesn't
better
really...
now.
Yeah.
After
It's
this.
like, really doesn't sound like you're good. And then she like hangs up the phone and then she's like, what do you need, sweetheart? And I was like, I'm just here for an appointment. And she's just like, oh, okay. And I was like, all right. I don't know. You're mysterious and it makes me uncomfortable. And then the eye doctor himself. Well, first I was sitting in the freaking waiting room, and you know how like doctors' offices have TVs that will just play like HGTV or whatever, like just something random.
Are you asking me? Sorry, I thought you were asking them, and I'm waiting for them to answer. Yes. I know this HGTV is the move. I'm always trying to watch somebody's house get screwed up.
Well, they had the Special Victims Unit playing on the TV.
Doctors are in that, I guess.
I was just sitting there on my phone, and then I hear, the Special Victims Unit is a special unit for
anal
sexual...
contusions.
Ice Spice on the...
Ice Spice! Dude, it looks like she want to party with Spice.
And I was like, I looked up and I was like, are we really gonna play this horrible...
Bro, when I was an EMT, they would play Criminal Minds, and we'd come back from a real-life episode to that, and I'm like, okay.
But, anyways, so they were playing that, and I was like, this is a strong choice, but, that's fine. And then the eye doctor brings me to the back, and he is the most strange man I've ever met.
Hello.
Hello,
It is I, the eye doctor.
The way that he talks to you is like he's a robot. Like he's like the fitness gram pacer test is that's how he talks. Like
it was the same guy. You'll never believe.
Yeah. So when he does the like eye things, he's like, now I'm going to show you 2 different options. You're going to tell me which one is better. And I'm like, mm-hmm.
Bro, this guy sounds like an AI doctor. Anyway,
it sounded like you came.
For the first time. This is my own joke that I did. You ever joke so good?
gonna say, some guy is like, was that good? Not as good as when I made that joke that one time.
I'm reaching for that. That's the white whale, if you will. Wink, wink, wink. I call it the white whale.
He like does that, and then I tell him about this like issue I've been having with my eyes, and he was just like, well, how long has this been happening? And I'm like 6 months, it's not really that big of a deal. It was just like floaters in my eyes, like I could just see like shadows occasionally. And he was just like 6 months. Well, usually the people who wait 6 months are the ones that permanently lose their eye vision. And I went, okay.
Great.
And he was explaining, like, he was like, diseases that take away your sight don't hurt and normally are really slow on progressing. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, so hopefully it's not that. And I was like, I hope so. And then he like took a picture of the inside of my eye and then showed it to me and then like explained it. And I was like, okay. And I was just like, this is wild. And then he gave me like a bunch of free contacts. And he was just like, see how these work. And then if you don't like them, we can try some other ones. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, they used to do that to me at the dermatologist. Like, I would go and they would be like, you don't have any insurance and this thing is going to be like $700. So here's all the free samples that we got for the whole year.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you guys, what angels you are,
Yeah.
Freaking doctors who do that,
Yeah.
Shout out.
I mean, he's great. Like, he's kind of strange.
Terrifying.
Yeah, and
terrifying,
weird.
awful, yeah.
But, and then I picked out new frames and I was just like, okay, and then how long until they get ready? Because usually when you get glasses, they send it somewhere and then you get them in like 2 weeks.
Sure.
And yeah, you're perfect vision freak.
I wore glasses through the 6th grade.
You didn't need them.
I didn't need them, but I wore them. It was for strabismus, if you know what the heck that is.
And
chameleon baby. Yeah, you were saying.
And then they're like, oh, like 15 minutes. And I was like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, we make them here. And I was like, sick. So I'm wearing my new glasses and I'm feeling fresh.
Feeling fresh. Looking fresh.
Yeah. They feel weird. Like my eyes feel like they're not working. Because when you get new glasses, if they're like a different shape than your old ones, your eyes have to get used to like the curvature of the glass apparently. And they're like, so you just need to wear them all of the time and then they'll go away. And then I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna be miserable for 3 days and then I'll be fine.
Party hard.
Party hard.
I remember as a kid, I had bifocals. That's how hardcore these glasses were as a kid. Because it didn't have to do with
Franklin.
the fact. Oh, look, man. Benjamin Franklin.
He created the bifocal.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Wowzers. I had them just for me. And then I clip in the little monkey looking, talking about him. 2,800 billion people in the world and me. And my bifocals made by Benjamin Franklin's dead body.
They reanimated his corpse to make it free.
Some bifocals. And he went, did it. But it wasn't because I couldn't see stuff small. It was to get my eyes to focus together on something. Mm-hmm. And it didn't work.
Your eyes focus together mostly all the time.
You would know since they're yours. If I focus on something close or
I've noticed
I'm
that.
tired, one will turn in.
If you wear my glasses, because sometimes you'll put them on, your eyes freak out.
They start like doing weird crap. I think it's because they don't talk to each other. Confirmed by other eye doctor. They just do their own thing. And so when they're confused, they get really confused, and then that's the thing. It feels weird though. Like in my head, I can feel one eye doing something that the other one isn't doing, and I'm just like, like, can you guys figure it out, please? But I look like a person with an eye that's turned in. I guess that's neutral.
Yeah,
really.
You're right. Well,
are you ready to party?
Yeah.
Cool. So last episode, everybody got into Finger's mom's house. Everybody got a long rest. We got some folks leveled up.
Yeah.
And then that you were listening to the episode.
There's so much happened.
There's so much that happened.
Like we got some
baby.
intense conversations going on. Meredith doesn't like Lucian for some reason. She wouldn't talk about it. Freaking Fingers and Yezi freaking
are in
confirmed
love.
couple.
Yeah, are in love forever now. So there's that. That was, by the way, fully. I had not thought that was gonna happen.
Oh,
So,
yeah?
yeah. I thought that the opposite was gonna happen, and then you use your
my
feminine
feminine
wiles
wiles.
to-
I think that Yezi is just like nobody can make me feel bad about myself because I already know
I already
everything.
feel the maximum
Yeah.
possible bad, and Fingers is like, well, that's relatable.
Yeah.
Do you want to be in love?
It was so cute. It was so cute when people were like, "She is beautiful." I'm like, "Oh, he freaking talks about her. That's adorable."
You can't not talk about anything that,
Yeah.
a thought enters his head and then it comes out, because he's anyway. So you're out in the fields of your farm. It's
Okay.
mid-morning. What?
When you said that, I was like, "Iverson?"
Yeah, which? It's mid-morning.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing the various tasks that you have to get done, mid-morning in the fields on a sweltering hot summer day. And this is pre-water Clary, when there were, squashes and zucchinis
Pumpkins.
and gourds and pumpkins and whatever you grow in the summertime. Tavmil, you would know.
Not pumpkins.
Not pumpkins. Summer pumpkins. Pumpkins. Those, you gotta, there's a lot of T's.
Pumpkins.
And, tomatoes.
Yeah, man.
Okay, look at me. Those vegetables, around you. And you can see all is well. All is as it would typically be for Tavmil on a day like that. What kind of day would that look like? What's the progression that she would have on a day like that?
I feel like she wakes up super early in the morning, before the sun even rises, and she has she has her fields and stuff. Like, she's a plant farmer. She's not, a rancher or anything like that. But she does have her horse and other various animals on her farm just to be self-sufficient kind of. And so I think that she's very much just like, okay, I wake up in the morning and then I'm gonna go out and I have to go feed my horse, make sure that my horse is good, and then go to my chickens or whatever and make sure that they're all good and maybe get what they have given us, so that maybe mom can make something with it in the morning. And so she goes and she does that because that takes quite a bit of time because she has to, bale hay for her freaking horse and feed it and then go get water from a nearby stream so that it has clean water. And then same thing for her chickens, feed them grain, get them fresh water, get whatever they have. And I think the whole time, she's talking to her animals, she's just like, I think that if I talk to my animals, that they're going to be a lot happier. And especially if I talk to my chickens, I think that they're going to give us more eggs because they're going to be appreciative of the company. And she's just telling them about random stuff. And then she'll go back, and by this time the sun is up, and she'll go back to her house, and her mom is making breakfast, and she makes her eat something because she's just like, you're going to be out all day, and you're not going to come back until whenever. And she's like, okay, I will. And she'll eat whatever her mom makes, which usually is just some kind of porridge or egg, scramble, something pretty easy. And once she's done with that, she will go out into her fields. And it really depends on the day. If it is time to harvest, then she goes out and she does that. And I think that it's dependent because all different vegetables and whatever mature differently. So I think that she kind of has a mental list of being okay, so in a week, I think, in a span of time that feels right, the tomatoes will be ready. But right now the lettuce is ready, so I need to go do that. And then I need to make sure that there aren't any stray withens on the tomatoes because I know that they really like to eat them when they're nice and green. So I need to make sure that they're not bothering them, and I'll ask them nicely to leave them alone. And if they do, then I'll leave a few of them for them. And like just stuff like that. And she just does all that all day.
Yeah, so you wake him in the morning, it's hot, even though it's nighttime or early morning, dark outside. And it's kind of like a pinky purpley, sky. And there's a tiny little breeze that's like coming through the cracks in your window because it's an old house. And you feel it kind of like caressing your face as it trying to help you get started with the day. And you get dressed in your farming clothes, just little dungarees or something. Yeah, like that. Something easy to do stuff in.
Yeah.
You go feed your chickens. How many do you have?
5.
Dang. As a family. You got all different colors and you got fancy ones. You got like afro chicken.
Curly haired chickens.
Chickens that by all stretches of the imagination shouldn't be.
One of them's like
are.
blue.
Yeah, why not? Friggin' Stardew Valley chicken. And the eggs of all different, permutations of like brown and light green and all of that and, fun just for the sake of it,
Yeah.
You put them in a little basket. With some hay at the bottom to protect them, and you take care of all your animals. You come back, and your mom has breakfast all ready for you. You can smell it before you even walk in the door. You can smell it because there's like a warmth that there wasn't before when you were, in the house. There's like an additional something, like coming out of it, kind of like beckoning you inside with promises of something, something to eat, which would be great right about now. And you have tea, and you have porridge and eggs. Look at that. Full spread.
Full breakfast.
And your mom talks to you about the things that you have planned for the day, as she always does. In her apron, her like white and red like gingham apron that you have, fixed and decorated and refixed and redecorated, and that she has kept despite having the ability to make other ones because it's the one that has you the most woven into it. And you eat your everything. You drink your tea and you breathe into the cup, and the cup kind of breathes back out at you, a nice vanilla smell. I wonder where that came from. And you get that all into you, and you say goodbye to her. You walk out into the fields, and you can feel against your skin kind of like the wetness that plants are just wet. They're just giving off that. And you can feel around you, like on the bottoms of your legs near your feet, the jumping, like a wing of a grasshopper or something will like graze your ankle as you walk barefoot, as you are wont to do, through the fields. You can feel the like water on your feet in the damp ground as you set about, weeding and debugging, and each bug you collect, you walk over to the fence that outlines your farm and gently place it onto the outstretched arm of some unfortunate tree which is about to be consumed fully by these various creatures, loath to do harm to any form of nature.
I think sometimes she'll find a beetle that she really likes, and she'll be like, well, you're going to come with me today, and she's just gonna like put it in her pocket. I
literally was about to say that. You find a gecko upside down on like the large leaf of a something.
I put it on top of my head.
I was about to say you stick it onto your face and pull it off, and you can feel the tiny little suction cups as it comes off of your face. And you and nature are one, and all is right with the world. And then you hear something that you've not heard. Very often, at least. But roll a perception check.
Okay. 12.
You hear kind of a thumping on the ground.
Okay.
And then you hear a moment of nothing, and then another sort of thumping sound.
She's gonna reach down and like put her hand in the soil and like try to feel if it's like vibrating the ground.
You can hear that it's a sound coming from a direction, so that's not something you could like turn and look.
Oh,
as
okay.
opposed to Toph Beifong try and like become one with the earth. So as you turn, you see across from you, across to the other end of your farm, something kind of blurry and tall and blue.
Blurry, tall, and blue.
Mm-hmm. Very far away from you.
Okay, is it, where is it relative to my farm?
You are, if we're imagining a rectangle,
Mm-hmm.
you're at the north end, and this thing is southwest. So
Okay.
it's like at the corner of your farm, far away, walking towards you.
Does it look like Lucian?
You can roll an insight.
Okay.
check.
5.
You can't even make out any defining characteristics.
Okay.
But you could reason that what other large blue things that moved does Tavmil know of. So it's not like she's picking up clues visually, but you could put something together if you yeah. What else would it be?
She's gonna go and walk towards him.
Okay.
And I think until she sees his face, she's not gonna see or she's not gonna say his name, because I think she's like, if I'm wrong, that's going to be really rude. So she's gonna be, hello, good morning.
There's go ahead and roll real quick a history check.
Okay.
This would help you make the decision as to whether or not it was him also.
Nat 1.
Nat 1?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You know when Lucian comes over for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And then every time he's not over for dinner, or he's wherever you happen to cross paths, he's at work.
Okay.
So you have no necessarily memory of when he was scheduled to be at work on this particular day.
Okay.
But so really this does not, I mean, you know that typically he's at work, but maybe there was something, you remember a conversation prior to now about that you could maybe think was, oh, maybe I'm not going to work today.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah. I think in general, even if it's not Lucian, she would still have a friendly conversation with somebody, but also I think they should be like, why are they in my fields? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm usually the only one that's in here.
So you say hello to it.
And good morning.
And it is moving towards you, sort of, there's no response.
Okay.
At all. And it is moving towards you at a very sort of paced rate, not really increasing or decreasing in speed. But go ahead, roll a perception check.
Okay.
As this thing walks towards you.
16.
It is cutting a direct line through your field.
Oh, like stepping on plants and stuff?
You can't see, but you can tell that it is definitely not kind of walking on a path that is a path to walk on.
Okay.
So that could be taking place, you imagine.
I think that she's just like, I'm sorry, could you keep to the paths, please? I spent a lot of time growing all that stuff. Who are you?
There's no response, but it is getting closer to you now. And you're walking towards it?
Yeah.
Okay. Good, roll a advantage perception check.
Okay. 9.
It isn't, the trajectory it has maintained. So it's not cutting around things at all. It's going straight in the line, a beeline towards you still.
If she, Tavmil's gonna take a couple steps to the side and then see if the, whatever this is, adjusts their trajectory to, like, maintain going towards her.
Okay, it does.
Okay.
So it's walking directly towards her. But at this point, you can kind of make out more things about this thing. You can make out some dark hair and a white shirt and a brown pair of pants.
Okay. I think that she's just like, I feel like this is Lucian, but I'm also not sure. And I think she's not sure because she's like, Lucian would have said something. And also, I don't think that he would be walking on my plants. Like, I feel like he's more careful than that. But I think because she's very much like, that's what he always wears, and also there's not really any other blue folk around here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any animal that would look like that.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, all right, well, and she's gonna like keep walking forward to meet them.
As you continue walking forward, at the moment that you realize that it is in fact Lucian, he is still considerable distance away. You see him kind of stumble over something and kind of like right himself and keep walking in your direction.
Lucian, what are you doing?
He doesn't say anything to you.
It's really rude of you to walk on all my plants. You know that I spend a lot of time taking care of them.
Go ahead, roll a perception check.
Okay. 13.
It's for sure him now. You can see that. And you can see him and kind of make out, features of him. And you can tell that he's walking kind of funny. Like not his typical gait. It's still relatively determined and it's quick, but he looks kind of like he's sleepwalking a little bit. Like he's kind of staggering sometimes.
Okay. I think Tavmil's gonna pick up the pace because I think that she's kind of worried. And she's gonna try to meet up with him quicker.
Oh, it also occurs to you that he's not wearing a jacket.
Okay.
And he always
Yeah, I think
does.
that she's just like, there's something that's wrong and I don't really know what it is.
Okay. So as you approach, you notice that not only is he not wearing a jacket, but also on his white shirt, his sleeves are rolled up.
Okay.
Which is something that he does when he's, being a doctor, working, getting his sleeves out of the way. But afterwards, he unrolls them and rebuttons them, like rebuttons the cuffs. And something even more noteworthy than that is that you can see that there's something red splattered on them, on the arms of the sleeve. And you can't tell from your vantage point if it's him bleeding or just blood on his clothes.
Okay, she runs towards him.
So you can see it kind of like running down his arms a little bit, like caught up in some sweat or something because it's hot and he's pouring buckets. And as you run towards him, you can see he doesn't look so hot as you could have imagined probably before now. As you get closer, you can see really standing out against his skin in the white shirt, the blood splatters. It's not a whole lot, but any is more than should be. And as you get closer, you can see that his hair is wet. And you can see the sweat kind of beading on his skin. And as you get close enough to see his face, it's like there's nothing behind his eyes. And his pupils are pinpoint and he's just staring at you.
Lucian, are you alright?
And he gets close enough to hear you say that. And he's gonna reach out a hand and clumsily kind of pull you into his arms.
Okay.
And he's just like holding on to you.
Lucian, what's wrong? Are you bleeding?
And you can hear, with your head against his chest, his heart is like thundering like crazy.
Lucian, what's wrong? Please say something.
There was a girl. Fell off one of the mountain cliffs. Someone found her, came to get me. Didn't know who she was. They just told me there was a girl lying on the ground covered in blood. So we ran up the mountain. I ran so fast, I thought my heart was going to explode. And when we got there, she'd already passed a long time ago. There was nothing I could do. Really, there wasn't. Really, there wasn't.
I believe you.
He's like, squeezes you with his arm. And his family had been looking for her all night. And her mom was screaming at me. And my hands were shaking. And he's holding on to you. Like, anytime you try and kind of shift a little bit, it's like he's trying to prevent you from moving at all. Like, holding on to you so tight. And he's just quiet. Just, like, holding on to you like that.
Sorry. Sometimes stuff happens to people, and I feel like nobody can fix it. It's not your fault.
He's gonna grab his hand into the back of your hair.
Mm-hmm.
She was a spring elegant.
Oh.
She looked just like you from far away. I thought it was you. And he's gonna like kind of slump into your hug.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of like supporting his weight.
I'm sorry. That must have been really scary. But it's not me. So I'm right here. I woke up early this morning and I was feeding barley in the chickens.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in the fields all day today.
Have you?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to come inside?
No. I don't know how long I can do this for, Tav.
What do you mean?
You know, I don't know how many more people I can see die.
Oh. Well, I don't want you to think that you have to be anything you don't want to be. You're really good at taking care of people, and people really appreciate it. But if you don't want to be that, you don't have to be.
It doesn't have to do with that.
What do you mean?
I don't want to be anybody. It's just a bit much sometimes, you know?
I get it. I think that sometimes it can feel a bit scary knowing that you're living in a world where people rely on you and the bad things can happen even if you don't want them to. But I think that there's so many good things in this world. Like, for me, that's you and my mum, and the fact that I can be out here in the sun and be doing something that I really enjoy, that makes it a little less scary and a little bit less overwhelming.
I couldn't she too, you know? I mean, you know, young girl, never did a thing to anybody, never killed anybody, doing nothing wrong. Just tripped and fell and she's dead now.
Yeah.
I was just relieved it wasn't you.
I'm really glad that it wasn't me either. But I'm sorry that she did have to. I don't know why stuff like that happens, but I know that it has to. Because if it didn't, then I think that there would be way too many people around.
He's gonna like stand up and kind of like put a hand on his stomach and like walk a little bit away from you. Is that how it is?
I don't know. I feel like if nobody ever died and people just kept being born, eventually we'd have a lot of people around.
I think that was, at some point it's all gonna make sense, you know? It's all got to.
Well, you're really good at figuring stuff out.
I'm not.
You always make stuff make sense to me. And if I can't make sense of it, then I know that you will.
That's not true. It's easy stuff to have. I'm you know, this is more complicated, I think.
Well, maybe we could try to figure it out together. Find an answer. Because sometimes, if you're having trouble with something friends help.
I don't want to.
All right.
I just want to. You said this morning you. What did you do?
I woke up early this morning before the sun rose, and the sky was really pretty. It was really pink and purple, and I could see all the stars in the sky. And I went and had to feed Barley, and she was really happy to see me. She was making a lot of noises, and she was prancing around, and I really could tell that she wanted to go on a ride and go in the fields with me. But I told her that I couldn't do that today because I had a lot that I needed to do, and she seemed kind of sad. But then I gave her breakfast, and she seemed to cheer up a little bit. And
He's gonna like sit cross-legged kind of slowly on the ground as you talk.
I think that she's going to see that, and she's going to walk towards him and sit right in front of him on her knees, like just, on her calves, and just kind of like absentmindedly play with like a fabric of like his pant leg or something, and be like, and then I fed the chickens, and they gave me a lot of eggs today. I got like 6 of them, I think, which is a lot because I only have 5 chickens. Is there a secret chicken I didn't know about? 1 per chicken, and then there's another one. Maybe I miscounted. I'm not really sure. But then Mum made a really good breakfast, and then I've been out here, and I've been trying to bargain with the wyverns, the baby wyverns, to not eat my tomatoes, because they really like it when they're red and green, and I want them to be fully green, and I want to have them so that I can try and sell them in the village or to use them to eat. And usually they're so greedy. They always want them all to themselves. And I know that they need to get bigger, and then they're going to go live in the mountain, and then they're going to have a fun time. But I tried to bargain with them that if I get to have the tomatoes, I'll leave a couple of them for them. I don't know if they understand me, but they're rather nice when they're small.
As you keep talking, you can see him kind of like calming down. And he's so sweaty, you can't really tell what's sweat and what's any other type of thing that would be wet and run down your face. And you kind of like keep talking like that, and he was, breathing weird, and
I think that she goes, oh, and I made a friend, and she takes the gecko off of her head and be like, do you want to see him? And she holds it out in the palm of her hand to him.
He's gonna like open his eyes, and they look like Lucian's eyes. And he's gonna like focus on it, and he's gonna say, that's disgusting, Tav.
He's really nice. He's been sitting on top of my head this whole time.
Slimy creature.
He's not slimy. What should I name him?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not good at coming up with names.
Well, you could try. A name could be anything.
Steven.
She's gonna like hold the gecko and look at it and be like, your name is Steven. And she puts it on top of her head.
When you hold it up, it's like eyes are pointing in 2 different directions, and it's like wiggling around. He's like, oh, it's gross, Tav.
You don't want to touch it?
Oh, of course.
What if I put it down your shirt?
Do you go to do that?
She's gonna like hold it out kind of like jokingly.
He's gonna like fully back up, like hands on the ground.
I'm kidding.
That's gross.
You always call me a big baby,
Get
but
away
I
from
think
me.
that you're the big baby.
What do you mean, slimy creature?
You're a slimy creature.
Am I? He's gonna like grab the front of your shirt, and he's gonna pull you down because he's sitting on the ground. Are you like standing kind of hunched over him? Or
No,
like what?
she was like on her knees.
Oh, she's still on her knees.
Yeah.
He's gonna grab the front of your dress, and he's gonna pull you against him. And he's gonna shake his wet hair in your face. Slimy creature, huh?
It's so gross.
Well, heard you like that. Slimy creatures.
Well, I do like you. So maybe I do like slimy creatures.
Anyway,
She's gonna like run her hands through his hair and be like, really are soaked.
when you do that,
Mm-hmm.
he is gonna like. He's kind of like he had grabbed you to pull you into him for the crack, for the
Yeah.
walls. Shake his head and then go to let go of you. And as he goes to let go of your, well, I guess you're wearing dungarees, so
Yeah,
whatever I said. As he goes to let go of you, and you kind of replace his hand on you with your hand in his hair,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see he's permanent brow furrow,
Mm-hmm.
type of guy, like always like tight around the eyes. When you do that, you see him fully just relax. As you kind of stroke your hands through his hair.
I think when she sees that, she's like, "Hey, this is a good thing," and she's gonna like keep playing with his hair. Like if she puts it through his hair and she sees that, and like the back of her hand is gonna be on like the back of his hair, and just kind of like play with the back of his head.
Tove, I gotta get back to work.
Do you?
Mm.
Are you sure?
I am sure. And he's gonna grab your hand and kind of pull it off of him.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see him kind of put back up artificially the brow furrow and the kind of tense thing. And you get the sense that it's an act, that he is trying to regain some kind of something. And he's gonna like pull your hand off him, but still keep it in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna stand up and kind of shake, not like a shiver, like goes through his body.
Can I ask you to apologize for something?
What?
You stepped on a lot of my plants.
When did I do that?
When you're coming towards me. Look behind you.
He like wide-eyed like looks over his shoulder and he sees like a Lucian shaped, whatever in that. Like he wasn't being gratuitous, like he wasn't like demolition derby about it, but he definitely, there's some smashed tomatoes and stuff, and he looks back and he's like, ooh, like sheepish looking at. Truly, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Plants grow back.
I didn't really, honestly.
It's all right. Are you going to come over for dinner tonight? You can if you want.
No.
All right.
I don't think I could take it.
What does that mean?
Just, it's been a day. It's not even been a day. It's been a morning.
All right. Well, if you change your mind, we always have a place for you at the table.
He's gonna like kind of turn to like nose his way out of the conversation. Then he kind of looks back over his shoulder. Roll a perception check.
Okay. 11.
He like turns back to him, back to you. You can see like he's loath to go, basically, because he's walking from this sort of glow that you have created, this like force field of fineness, back into everything he was doing alone before that. And you can see him kind of like, it's not that he's coming up with a reason to keep talking to you, because there are infinite reasons for him to talk to you, but he's choosing one out of the thin air to say so that he can stay there.
Yeah.
And he turns back to look at you and pauses like just a slightly weird amount of time. You gotta be careful, okay?
Well, I'm farming.
In general.
Well, I'm always careful.
No, you're not. And I really don't have anything else.
What do you mean?
So you gotta be careful.
All right, I promise.
And he's gonna turn away. Roll one more perception check.
Okay. 11.
And you hear him say under his breath as he leaves, "Don't test my bloody self-control."
Okay.
And he's gonna keep walking away.
I think Tavamil just stares at the back of his head like, right? Can she make an insight check as to kind of put together what he meant?
Yeah.
10.
You saw him. It's atypical that you see on his face an expression that he did not go into some sort of lab and craft.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this thing that he is trying to put out into the world. And when you ran your fingers through his hair, that was what that was. Some sort of part of him that he was powerless to stop from letting out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you saw him kind of go get it and pull it back.
Okay.
And so you imagine that that is what he means.
Okay. I think she just kind of thinks about that and she's like, maybe he didn't like that. It looked like he did. Well.
And the rest of the day passes for that incident. And you go home,
Mm-hmm.
and you wait, and nobody shows up for dinner.
Okay.
And the whole time you're kind of thinking about how he looked. He looked harrowed, you know? He looked sick. He looked like there was really something fundamentally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty scary to Tavamil, who's not used to seeing him like that. And then you see in his face, and then you see, and that's all you see. And you see other situations, your imagination running wild. You know what he's been through, and you can see it happening to him. Your idea of it happening to him. You have a base idea of what must happen in a war, and that is sort of mercifully a lack of detail, but also gives your brain the creative license to invent all sorts of terrible things that could have possibly happened and could paint that expression on his face also. And those things, too evil and disgusting for your brain even to fully clarify, are kind of playing out in your head, you know, in like dark green and red and purple. And you feel hot. You feel your head kind of hurts and everything kind of feels wrong, and you feel stuffy and really thirsty and all these awful feelings. And then you hear someone go,
Okay.
and you open your eyes.
Oh, okay. I'd sit up.
Well, you're laying next to Lucian.
Yeah.
And you kind of blink him into focus.
Uh-huh.
And he looks the exact same way he looked however many hours ago it was that you fell asleep.
Does he feel any different?
Are you feeling him?
She was
You know what I mean?
She was holding his hands when she fell asleep.
He definitely feels cool.
Okay.
Like, genuine smile on your face. He feels like it, well, I'll put it this way. He feels below the temperature of the room that you are in.
Yeah.
And you can feel that in his hand. And you sit up?
Yeah.
Cool. And as you sit up, kind of more details of the scene kind of come into view. And you see, kind of sputtering across the way from you, leaning forward up from against the wall, Thalen, who is kind of going through it a little bit.
You all right?
What? Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Oh, I feel so much better.
Are you all right?
No. That was awful.
What was?
Go ahead and everybody's gonna roll disadvantage perception checks, and we're gonna see who wakes up from it.
Okay.
I only have to roll one.
Ethiad gets a 12. If he gets a nat 1.
Oh, she's sweepy. Sweepy baby.
Sweepy. Died, you know?
This is true.
Yezi gets a 4. So Ethiod is the highest with a 12.
Okay. Ethiod wakes up.
uh,
Sorry. I really didn't.
no, you're fine. Are you good? You look bad.
Yes. I don't know. It must be all stressed. I mean, I haven't had nightmares like this in my entire life.
Do you want to talk about it? Sometimes when I have bad dreams, I talk to my mum about it, and then it makes me feel better.
I don't know that you would want to. It's all a bit. No, I don't. As it goes.
All right.
I
don't like talking about nightmares either. I figure that if I don't talk about it, I will just forget about it. Sometimes that's true.
Ethiod understands me.
I do. He's gonna give him like a fist to the chest.
You too. Thalen is gonna do it, but it's gonna be nerdy and stupid when
Tavmiel's gonna see them do it and go, me too. I don't think that you know what this means. I don't.
I also don't really know what it means.
Okay.
It feels right, though.
Good. I'm glad it feels good.
Go ahead and roll a perception check. As fingers, nope. As fingers. As Tavmiel and Ethiod.
Okay. Ethiod's a 14 and Tavmiel is a 18.
Tavmiel, you're closer to the window.
Mm-hmm.
So even though the drapes are drawn and the window is shut, you can kind of see from where you're sitting that it is like the dawn is just beginning to break.
Okay.
Like it is just become daytime.
You know, you didn't even wake me up, really. I always wake up this early.
Really, I would have thought you'd be so tired. You'd sleep through the whole day.
Even if I'm really tired, my body doesn't let me sleep because there's so much work to be done all the time.
Sounds awful, truly.
No, it's really nice. I like the world. I want to experience more of it every day.
Thalen kind of starts to cry. That's just so beautiful. What a wonderful way to look at
How do you feel? What about your life is so great? Well, I have my mum, and I have Lucian, and I had a really nice farm that had a house that had a kitchen that my mum would cook in, and she'd make really wonderful meals.
Well,
I think Ethia kind of gives Thalen
yeah,
like
Thalen
a...
and go, hey, well, speaking of Lucian, is he...
He's still asleep.
He didn't wake up at all?
I don't think so. I had a dream about him, though.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to hear about it?
I don't know. I don't... What kind of a dream?
Thalen, that is... So, do you actually think that she would have a dream like that?
A dream like what, Ethiod? Get your mind out of the gutter.
You need to get yours out of the gutter.
What are you talking about?
What?
I wasn't implying anything like that. I mean, you know, a lot has
Then
happened.
what do you mean, what kind of dream?
Tavmo, close your ears.
Alright.
Did he not just get beaten within an inch of his life? I thought maybe she had a dream about that or something. Not... yes. See? You're the damaged one.
I am.
I didn't mean it in that way.
No, it's fine. You gotta accept it as it is, you know?
Well, either way. Tavmo, you can uncork your ears. And he, motions.
Oh, yeah, because she's just, looking at him. Oh.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I feel like I can't tell you what type of dream it was unless I tell you what it was about. Did it make you feel nice? Sort of. Alright, I guess that answers your question, Thalen.
Great. Actually, I think I'm okay.
You don't want to hear about it?
Okay, tell me. Seems like you would like to, so...
Well, if you don't want to listen, you don't have to.
What does that mean? You're going to tell me and I don't have to listen to it?
I do that with a lot of people. Oh, okay. Doesn't that bother you at all? Not really. Because I'm still saying what I want to say, and the world hears me. Okay. I think Effie just looks down. He's like,
sure.
she's way too cheerful for me. Well, I had a dream about Lucian. He's a doctor back home.
Oh, I actually have another question before you tell us this.
All right.
Is this something that Lucian would be okay with us hearing?
I think Tavmia looks up, like she's like trying to look into her brain, and then she like looks at Lucian. She's like, I really don't know what he
Do you want
likes.
to roll an insight check?
Sure.
Okay.
I think that she still would be like, I don't know what he likes me saying about him and what he doesn't. Like, even if she got a nat 20, she'd be like...
I think that she would, though.
You think so?
I think so.
Nat 1.
Yeah, baby. Why not?
I'm really not sure about what he likes me to talk about and what he doesn't like me to talk about. So a lot of the times, I just say stuff, and then he tells me that he doesn't like it, and then I won't say it anymore.
Well, I do believe I have some insight into that.
Oh, really?
I would imagine that he would like you to tell us absolutely nothing about him at any point in time.
He does say that a lot.
I'm going to go out on a limb.
I'm kind of interested.
Okay, well, perhaps my life. Listen, if you recall, Tavmia, close your ears again.
All right. Are these secrets
No,
that I should know about?
They're not. You don't want to know.
It's just personal business that we need bro
I
to
have
bro.
a rash on my somewhere.
Right. He's gonna like close her ears.
He's gonna like give Effie a withering look and be like, anyway, my life is in bloody danger. Don't you remember before?
Why is your life in danger?
I don't know if you recall me being almost punched in the face by this guy.
Look, but he didn't, and also
He knew. You're wrong, you revisionist swine.
Excuse me?
He absolutely did, and
Do you
I
want to get punched in the
dodged it.
face again?
No, that's the whole point. You've got to be on the same page as me about this.
Don't call me a revisionist swine.
I'm sorry.
Good.
I apologize.
Thank you.
It was a bit of a joke.
All right.
Anyway, the point is, I'd like to keep myself as intact as I possibly can, considering the circumstances.
Well, think about it this way. I mean, look, you could close your ears and I could just listen to her talk. I mean, honestly, maybe I don't.
Is that what you want? You really want that? That's what you want?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what I want.
Roll a perception check. This is technically because everyone's asleep. It should be disadvantaged, but with advantage because of how annoying we all are. For Iffy and Yezi.
Okay, so Iffy will be straight because she gets disadvantage anyways.
Yep. Well, no, Iffy's will be disadvantage again. So I'm giving you advantage to make it flat, and then she gets disadvantage to that.
I see what you're saying.
Yep.
15
Cool.
for Yezi.
It's gonna knock me out if he gets something awful.
8 for Iffy.
She's just so sleepy. Little sleepy baby. Oh my gosh. You guys.
Choices.
Will you shut up? I swear.
I'm really tired.
Yeah, same. But, I mean, Thalen and Ethiad they're writing a great American novel or something.
Look, I'm sorry. I just Tavimil wanted to talk about the dream, and then Thalen's talking about how he might die if he hears about it.
Why is Tavmo sitting there with her hands on her ears?
Because Thalen told her to do that, and she's a great listener, honestly.
She really is, yes. And he's gonna like wave
Yeah.
like unhand ear gesture.
Can I listen? Can we stop doing that?
Sorry, I'm terribly sorry. Well, look, friends are awake, so we can discuss other things.
Hello.
Morning.
Good morning.
I'm not awake.
I am not either.
Yeah. Why are we doing this at dark out o'clock?
It's morning.
No, it's not.
This is usually when I wake up to do farm and stuff. A lot of other people don't wake up this early.
Yeah.
They don't have to.
Yeah, you know, thieves steal stuff when it's dark out, you know? I guess technically it's still dark out, but...
Are you guys dating?
Like, Yezi and fingers just go, boom. I'm awake now. What's it to you?
Well, they're cuddling.
No, we're not. And he is gonna, like, shunt himself like a foot to the right and be like, whoa,
Yes, he's gonna
there.
kind of give him a look like, Oh, all right.
Yeah, whoa, listen, we just happened to fall asleep next to each other, and our bodies touching, heads are kind of next to each other, and our arms were wrapped around each other.
Yep.
Like, that happened, all that happened by accident, you know?
All right.
We have to talk about it. What were you guys talking about? A dream talking about Lucian or something?
Oh, if you want to hear about it,
Is that something that he would want us to hear?
why is
See, that's what
everybody
I was
asking
saying.
about that?
I
I
don't know.
would be very interested in hearing about it.
Fingers is gonna turn his head to look at you. Would you?
What?
I
Can
don't know.
Yezi roll like insight?
Yeah.
7.
Fingers, you see on his face something uncomfortable with that. The idea of you being interested in hearing about that.
Do you not like that?
No, I was just, that's fine. We can hear about it. Whatever, you know.
Well, a lot of people have been asking me whether or not Lucian will want me to talk about it. So now I'm wondering if maybe he wouldn't. I mean,
I imagine he wouldn't.
you know, I don't really know the guy that much, but he does seem rather secretive.
Well, I mean, it's morning now. Should we just go back to sleep? I mean, I don't know how much time we have. What the plan
Well, I'm
is.
awake now.
I mean,
I don't know if I could go back to sleep, but I don't know. Maybe we should get ourselves together.
it feels like there's something we should be doing, and I don't know what it
I
is.
really don't know either.
I don't
I'm
even
so
know
tired.
still what's going on. And we still gotta wait till Lucian wakes up to find out, really, you know?
Right.
I feel like he's got pieces. of
Yes,
the
he's
puzzle.
gonna look at Iffy and go, "Hey, you." I'm gonna roll perception for
Yeah.
Iffy. Still disadvantage?
No, you can roll flat.
6.
Seepy baby.
Phelan, can you go wake her up, please? You're the closest one to her. We can ask her about
All right, I
not
suppose.
Phelan. That's you.
He's gonna, like, straighten his clothes and, like, look awkwardly around at the world.
Why are you so weird about this?
Is it not it's odd? I don't know.
No.
Okay, well, I've never woken somebody up like, you know, that I don't know.
Just shake her shoulder.
I intend to.
Okay.
Just
I can
you
wake her
wanna-
up if you want me to.
You're like far away. you know?
Yeah.
Thalen's like, I'm doing it. This is me doing it. Why is everybody commenting? It's nothing. And nothing negative has
Why are
occurred.
you getting so defensive?
I don't know, because I feel strangely at you all looking at me, and
Do you want us to look away?
it couldn't hurt.
Oh my god. And Athena's gonna like look the other way and Tavin's gonna be like, oh, alright. And she just closes her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, that is ridiculous.
I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna watch.
I'm gonna
Make
watch
sure you
too.
do it right. And he puts his arm around Yezi's shoulders and like leans his head into her head. We're gonna
We're going to
spectate.
supervise.
We're gonna just make sure it's above board.
Yep.
What do you mean above board? What man do you think I
Make
am?
sure that you're not like,
Getting handsy.
yeah.
Ooh, gross. Ugh.
She's gonna like look up at
Yeah,
him.
and he's gonna be like, "Forget it. I would never accuse you of doing
Getting
that. It was just funny
handsy.
as a joke." What?
Make sure you're not getting handsy. I'll say it.
That's kind of mean, though. I didn't mean to. I didn't
It's
want.
not mean.
I think it was a bit, hurtful.
You're a little bit sensitive.
Oh, that's not true at all. I'm extremely sensitive. And he's gonna like knee crawl over there and like take his hand and like look at it and just like reach out to her shoulder and give her like the tiniest little like nudgelet.
All right, do I roll a perception check or is
Roll
that
an advantage. Roll. Wait. Okay, if he wakes up, I'm
Okay.
done with this. Sit here all day. She's dead. She never wakes up. You see Thalen's awkward face a little bit away from yours.
Howdy.
Good morning. I was put up to this.
Put up the what? Waking me up.
Waking you up.
Why is that something that...
It became a large thing. I know it is a small thing. I didn't intend for this to become an event that we were all here to spectate.
Right, well...
I think you did a great job, Thalen.
Why y'all wake me up?
We all woke up, that's why. Really?
No, that is not why. Can you check on...
That is why. Is that not why?
No, it is not.
I forgot.
Can you please check on Lucian? We want... I don't know. We are worried that he has not woken up yet, and he's kind of the hinge pin in whether or not we can talk about our plans.
Yeah.
Well, honey, I can't really give you an estimate on when he's gonna wake up. That's just something he chooses himself. So, he did wake up yesterday.
Could you not, I don't know, get a small hammer and, hit...
A small hammer.
The rest of the sentence will recontextualize the hammer
All
comment.
right.
And, hit his knee or something and see if he has some sort of reaction. I mean...
Honey.
I don't know how it works, frankly, but...
All right, sweetheart. When people are asleep...
It's a bit infantilizing, isn't it?
All right, what do you want me to call you? Honey? Sweetheart? Sugar?
I think Thalen is fine.
All right, Thalen.
That's what I choose for you to call me.
And that's your God-given right. When people are asleep, they don't tend to have a lot of reactions to stuff. And also, one of his legs is broken, the other one's quite bruised.
What, do you not know which one is which?
What I'm saying is, I'm going to choose not to do that because I'm pretty sure I'm going to hurt his other leg that's bruised because it's bruised, if you get what I'm putting down.
Tom, have you tried to wake him up?
Well, I feel like I shouldn't, because I feel like he should get as much rest as possible. When I'm sick, he always tells me that I should sleep as much as I can because it would speed up the healing process. Well, I think that's pretty solid advice. But also, if he's not going to want to wake up, that's, it's up to him whether or not he does.
Is it really up to him?
What do you mean, is it up to him?
I mean, we can sort of affect that, can't we not?
No.
Right.
I could go to sleep right now. In fact, she's gonna
In fact.
No, please. Oh my God, can you not do anything? And all right, you know what? Fine. If it'll make y'all stop hollering,
well,
what?
Look, I got an idea, and this will make you happy, and it'll make others probably also happy. I feel shy all of a sudden. I feel shy.
Yes, he's gonna
everybody's looking at me.
Hold his hand and just be like, "You got it."
He's gonna look at her,
Mm-hmm.
and you can roll an insight check.
13.
You watch him fielding extremely strong emotions.
Okay.
You watch him go through the process of the painful nose, hot cheeks, pinpricky tears.
Yeah.
And the swallowing of that, and it all happens behind a dumb grin as he kind of looks at you surprised.
She's gonna kind of give him a grin of I did not think that this was gonna...
And he's gonna take a deep breath, and he looks back into the crowd who are all also
I think Ethiod's very okay.
You could roll insight as Ethiod.
Okay.
See it too.
6.
Fingers looks like that a lot,
Yeah.
actually.
But
Ethiod's I feel like I've seen that.
Well, I think
before.
that Ethiod is more so they're holding hands, and also his arm is around her shoulder, and also, and he's like, you didn't. I thought this made you uncomfortable. It does. Okay, I don't understand adults.
Yeah, this makes no sense to me. Well,
honey, I'm sitting here waiting.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you could choose to make me wait. I'm just gonna go back to sleep if you ain't gonna tell me nothing.
No, I am. Are you guys hungry?
You know what? Now that you say it, I am starving. I could always eat.
Fingers lights up the room with his smile. Like, he's just like, I thought she hated me, and then she got excited when I said food.
Well, I think Tavamil's like, I could eat something too, but I'm not going to leave the room.
Well, we can bring you something. I mean, we can, we can go downstairs and I know, like, what is, we can make
Shoot, you know what? I bet Meredith is already making something because she has spent a lot of freaking time making food for all these kids that we run around up in here.
You hear?
On the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Ethiot is like leaning against the door and I think he jumps a little bit and he's like, oh, okay. And he like stands up and he opens and he's like,
hi, good morning.
Good
morning, everybody. Well, I'm thoroughly awake now.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Just for the record, I have the privilege of sleeping directly below you all. So, thanks for that. I heard my name. And I heard breakfast. So I feel like I know what sort of the A to B on that is.
I can help you make... Wait, no. I don't want to leave the room.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
I'm sorry. Usually I would help you make breakfast.
Sweetheart, I don't need help making breakfast.
All right.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about it. I mean, listen, let me reframe this. I don't need help from Tavamil making breakfast. And she's gonna look at the rest of the crowd.
I am a rather good cook. I can help you if you need me to.
Oh, really? That is great. I mean,
you like that?
I don't like it. Like, I don't like I think that
you like food.
It's like, well, yeah, but it's like, it's like a good skill to have.
All right.
I'm actually quite a good cook as well. You're a good cook? Yes. Why do you sound so surprised?
Are we all just gonna keep yapping, or are we gonna go help her out?
All right, so everybody, come with me. I'll get everybody, stuff chopping and washing stuff. Yeah, and Tavamil, you can hang out here, and if something happens, you can come let us know. Okay?
All right.
And she's gonna hold
can you
the door.
drink this? And she's gonna hold out a potion to Meredith, and it's gonna be, this is just flavor, it's gonna be like a message potion. She's like, that way I don't have to leave the room if something happens.
Oh, I see. Yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, I taste.
Does it not taste good?
Oh no, it's fine. It doesn't really matter now what it tastes like.
I
Great.
guess so.
Okay, so everybody, you can come, all make yourself useful. Tavamil, we'll eat in here and we'll bring you a plate, right?
All right.
That makes sense. He looks around at everybody.
I think everyone's just like, yeah, cool. Nods, whatever, various agreement.
Okay, choppity chop, let's go. And Meredith holds the door open, and everybody kind of files out except for Thalen, who is roll perception as Tavamil.
Okay. 14.
It looks like he is looking through his clothes for nothing.
What are you doing?
Oh, just give me a moment. He's sitting on the ground doing whatever. You can, if you want to roll perception for other characters. I rolled for fingers and he didn't make it.
Okay.
So
I think Iverson doesn't care. I think Yezi could maybe be like, what the heck? So I'll roll for Yezi.
Okay.
11.
You notice that he's he's doing weird crap with his clothes.
Yeah, I think that she's just like, okay, whatever, and keeps
she's
walking. But I think Tavamil's like, are you looking for something?
Yes. Give me just a moment.
What are you looking for?
Roll insight.
9.
He looks annoyed about something. You don't know what.
I can help you look for it if you tell me what you're looking for.
Yeah, well, just give me a moment, okay? And everyone kind of files out of the room behind him, and he's gonna stand up. And when he stands up, he kind of gives himself like a little move around my whole body and see if anything still hurts.
Yeah.
And looks extremely relieved that it doesn't.
Yeah.
And he's gonna walk over to you and Lucian on the bed. He kind of looks at Lucian and then really quickly looks away.
Okay.
And then he looks over at you and leans in, sort of conspiratorially. Just in case, is there anything in particular that Lucian likes to eat?
He really likes meat.
Okay. In the event that is in short supply,
Right.
any sort of option B. You roll history if you want.
Okay.
Samuel. Sort of in the breakfast category.
7.
Roll it with advantage because you know a lot about Lucian.
7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A lot's happened, you're just like, food, I don't know. But you can recall him anytime at your house that there was porridge made with bananas. He would look sort of sad and uncomfortable when the porridge part was needed to be consumed. But he would dutifully eat it all and save all the bananas to last, to like wash the porridge taste out of his mouth.
Well, I don't think that he likes porridge all that much.
Okay, a list of foods that he doesn't like.
He would always eat the bananas.
Okay, bananas. We'll see what... Okay. I think that's going to be an either-or situation.
All right.
Meat with bananas on top, and he's going to, like, chuckling to himself.
Maybe he'd like that. Maybe that would taste good. I think my mum would be able to make that taste good.
She's a better cook than I am.
She's a better cook than anyone.
He's going to give you, like, a very heartwarming smile. And he's going to, like, go downstairs, and he shuts the door behind you.
Cool. Tavmil just sits there alone with her thoughts.
Do you kind of say anything or do anything?
I think that, yeah, I mean, I think that she's talking to Lucian. I think she's holding his hand still or, playing with his sleeve or whatever and just being like, you're a bit more cool today, which is good. That means that you're getting better. Also, I don't know if you heard Thalen, but hopefully they have some meat because I know that you really like that, and maybe then I would have to wake you up, or try to at least, so that you actually eat something. Because whenever I'm sick, you always make sure that I'm eating enough because you said that my body needs that whenever I'm sick.
And as you say these kind of things to him, he does not, like, stir, make any indication that he's there at all. And you hear Tavmil downstairs, the clinking of plates and scraping of whatever. And as the crew takes the 2 flights of stairs down to the ground floor to the kitchen, you hear the sounds of like little sniffles and yawns as kids wake up and go back to sleep, or wake up, you hear maybe like a toy hit a wall or something, like clunk, and you hear Meredith say, you guys, it's 4 o'clock and the 5 o'clock and the what time does the sun rise? I don't know. And she's gonna lean backwards and look out the window and say 5:33 in the morning. Okay, can you help me out a little bit? And like as like that's going on. She's like, breakfast is at 8 for y'all, so you know that, and guides you all downstairs. And you see at one point, someone appear and go, "Mommy," and she's like gives him like a look like up, and they go, "I love you." And she goes, "I love you too, sweetheart. Go back to sleep." And then the kid like nods and just runs back. And Fingers is like, "Yeah, it's cute, right?"
Yeah, that really was cute.
Yeah, they're pretty cute.
Yeah.
He says it. Roll an insight check.
Okay. Nat 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. He says it like he's not happy about it. He says it like there's like a lot of parts of him that wish that they weren't.
Yeah.
They were somewhere else. You know what I mean?
I think Yazzie kind of was like, okay.
We'll unpack this later. And does Ethiod have any reaction to that at all?
I think that he's just like, nope, that can't be real. I misheard that. This is not happening.
So you walk down the stairs, Thalen bringing up the rear, and you walk into the kitchen, and the kitchen it's like, like everything is everywhere, but you can tell that that's where it goes. There are like things scrawled in grease pencil, like plates and cups, and so that everyone will always know where everything goes and all that good stuff. And there are dishes from last night still in the sink, and she's like, "Oh, this is fragments." Okay,
do you want me to do those?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact.
All right.
Excellent news. And so you set about doing that.
I think Everson's doing that, but she's doing it so haphazardly, like so quickly that she's like almost dropping stuff and catching stuff.
Devil.
Yeah.
All right, Iffy, if you could, tone it down just a little bit.
Like by how much?
I don't know. 3 clicks. 3 clicks to the chill out.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so people who can cook.
Yes.
That I'm not. I haven't. Okay, I guess you two and the one of you. Anyway, you're gonna be helping me out. All right.
Okay.
Let me get stuff out. We can do eggs. Does anybody any allergies while I'm at it? Other than the ones that we know about already.
I don't think so.
Great. Cool. So so we'll do this and then
Well, I can tell you I don't like beans.
all right. No beans for Iffy. I don't think that that's going to be a problem.
All right.
Is that something you chose or is that
It's something I chose. I don't like the way they look.
You don't like the way they look, the beans?
The
The
beans.
shape of them.
I don't like the shape of beans.
No, that's fine.
Too biological.
Ooh. Okay.
What?
Nothing. You keep doing the dishes. You're doing a great job now.
Thanks.
That you've relaxed. Okay, so, and she's gonna kind of start, like, getting stuff out of the fridge. Fingers, and it looks at Ethiad. In sort of a, I guess we'll sit down.
Yeah.
Like, kind of way.
Ethiad is like...
Do you like, paper football?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what paper football is? Oh, we used to have tournaments all the time. Here, I'll show you.
Oh,
Is that cool, Mom?
okay.
If we play, yeah, fine. You're useless to me anyway. Go do that.
I think Yezi kind of laughs a little bit.
Yeah. He's like, ha ha ha. Anyway, so football. And he starts folding this friggin' paper
Is
football.
it gonna hurt to play?
I mean, if you get hit in the face, but like it doesn't hurt, it's just you get hit in the it feels like this. And he picks it up and whips it at your face. See? That hurt?
No. And he
There
picks
you
it
go.
up and he throws it back at his face.
See, it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
You pick it up and throw it back at you.
He's gonna try to catch it. Performance?
Yeah, sure. That works.
21.
Oh, dude, you snatched that sucker right out of the air and fingers is dazzled. Like, that was so great. All right, I think it would be really good at this. Give me that, though, because I'm not done folding it.
He's gonna flick it at him.
Okay.
You could have cut that.
Hey, that's not, okay. Yeah, let me finish folding it. Let me do the tournament. You're
All right.
wasting all your good juju now.
What? You haven't explained the premise of the game.
Well, I'll explain it in a minute. Just let me fold this stupid
oh my
thing.
God.
And Finger's mom is just like, thank you, God, for, happy children
Yeah.
sounds. My complicated tieflings are enjoying moments together. Roll a insight check as Iffy.
Okay.
Or as Yezi.
Oh,
Because
Yezi.
you guys are close and Yezi would be interested in that.
9.
Finger's mom all of a sudden looks very appreciative
Oh.
of something, like just in that one moment she like shuts her eyes and is like takes like a deep breath.
I think Yezi kind of clocks that. She's like, what do you need me to help you with?
Oh, here, you can whisk the eggs.
Okay.
We established that all this stuff is good for you, right?
I don't know why you keep asking that.
Well, I just wanted to make sure. I just want to make sure. I don't want to do anything that's like culturally insensitive. I don't know.
Culturally insensitive.
I don't know. Listen, like I said, I have a lot of different,
Actually, as it turns out, I only eat soil and rocks.
Oh, Yezi, I don't mean that. I'm so sorry.
I'm kidding.
And she's gonna give you like a please forget I exist like look at you.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
you're fine.
it's been a long.
No, I know that there is not a lot of Genazi around here, which is fortunate. She's gonna give her kind of like a smile.
I'll take your word for it.
Mm-hmm.
And Thalen is gonna she's gonna turn, and Thalen is looking like SpongeBob, like he's just like, hello. And he's gonna say to her, "I can make tea. Would you like some?" Yeah, of course. That sounds good. We got it. Here's the hot water stove.
Is that what you
the kettle.
consider cooking?
Will you shut your mouth, please?
Oh, no, I don't think that I will.
Hey, don't do that, man. Thanks, please, thanks. Listen, he's gonna like sidle up next to you and be like, "Do you want some tea?"
Sure.
Great. And he's gonna be like, "Tea for everyone? Yes, no?"
I'm okay.
I like tea. I like a tea. I like a cup of tea. All right, well, I'll
Do you have
listen about that.
coffee? Coffee?
Sweetheart, I'm not making you coffee.
Why not?
Because you're a child.
I'm not. I'm.
You're
not.
a child, Ethiad. You're a kid and a child.
No. Look, I've 6 years. I've been on my own. I think that it makes me not a kid.
It's not.
I
Listen,
don't think that counts.
how's this?
Why is everyone ganging up on me?
How's this for an explanation? You're still growing, yes?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll let you know. You are still growing. And I know that because I have experience with that. So, while that's going on, that's not good for you. So we're not going to do that, okay? Also, I have none. That's
Why didn't you just say that?
Well, because I had to check first, so just double checking, you know. We're looking through the T section. Roll an insight on Fingers.
Okay. As Ethiad?
Yeah.
5.
Fingers looks kind of like worried about something.
Are you alright?
Yeah. Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Okay. I just wanted... Anyway. So, the premise of the game, right?
Right.
First thing you want to do is... And he's going to explain it. I don't know how to play paper football, so we'll cut that in post.
This sounds really dumb.
It's fun. Just try it out. You'll see. Listen. What do you want to do, huh?
Well, actually, and he's gonna lean in, and I feel like Yezi's like doing something, Thalen's doing something, and he's gonna like very quietly be like, "What is going on between you and Yezi? I thought that you really didn't like."
Shut up, man.
Why?
Just come here, okay?
Okay.
Hey, we're gonna go do regular stuff.
I think Yezi
Alright.
kind of it's like, okay.
Yeah, if he's like splash.
Yeah.
Get
I love doing regular stuff.
Thanks for the 2 cents, Iffy. We'll be back in a minute. And he's gonna like grab your shoulder and go kind of like around the corner and be like, okay, yeah, what?
What is this? I thought that you
We're
were
in
like,
love.
what?
I don't know. Or I'm in love with her, at least. I told her, and
Like so fast. Like
no, not fast, slow.
What?
So slow, so much
I thought that
time.
you didn't like her. You seemed to really not like her when we were at the ball.
He's gonna look at you like he's trying genuinely to answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
There was never a point that I didn't. So
That you didn't like her.
that didn't happen. That never was happened.
What?
There was I don't know her, and then there was that, you know, where like what I told her last night.
That you were in love with her.
Yeah. Like there was no that, you know, in between those two things. So
I don't really know how this works, but that seems
well, I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to explain to you so you
okay.
because you seem interested.
I am.
So I said.
What happened after you said that?
What happened after I said that?
Well, like, how did she react?
She Well, I mean, what happened was that I told her I love her. I told her that if she didn't want that, then that was fine, and she said she did. So.
Well, that's good then, I guess.
Definitely good.
Why do you seem so bad about that?
I was thinking about it anyway.
What?
So it's fine. So anyway, so the point is this: I think we're like together. There, you know, Now you know all that stuff I didn't know.
Okay.
But it's so I wanted to say actually it's good that we're doing this now. I'm sorry for kind of like I didn't mean to like kind of like leave you on your own and here I know it's like new and you don't know anything and you've never been like here before and stuff, but
Oh, it's fine.
no, it's not. And I was just after I went to help Lucian and Yezi.
Look, Fingers.
What?
Today is well, I guess yesterday was the first day that I met you, right? Before that, I was...
Fingers' brain explodes and shatters out of his ears.
I know it really doesn't feel like that, but before that, I was 6 years alone. I'm fine. Like, being alone is so fine.
It's cool that you think that.
Okay.
But we're not gonna do that anymore, you know?
Alright. Well, thanks.
Sure thing, man.
How did your mom know that I was a tiefling?
What? He's gonna like wipe the tear on his face and be like, "Oh, she knew."
Did you tell her?
No.
Okay. Also, do you want me to call you Mish?
Oh God, no. Please don't do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Why not?
You know how like you got a nickname, you got like a code name,
Right.
and then you didn't want me to call you that. You wanted me to call you your real name.
Right.
Whatever feelings you had about that, you can flip that around and me that.
Well, I just thought that my Mr. E sounded stupid.
I'm still kind of at a loss as to why they called you that in the first place. But okay, yeah. So pretty much that. So you don't have to.
I don't think that Mish sounds stupid.
Stop saying it.
Okay.
I can't get my mom to stop saying it. So that I could maybe get you and other people. There's that.
I have a feeling that if Tavamil knows your name, she will not use anything else.
Yeah, it's great. I love that about everyone I meet, but it's fine.
All right.
So it'd be cool if you didn't, though, since we're like bros.
Are you really going to have Yezi call you Fingers?
I don't know yet, dude. I don't know. And he's gonna kind of like he's gonna kind of like lean his head like towards you.
Hey,
I'm sorry. I'm not good with questions. Okay. I'm not good with interrogative stuff, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. But you're totally safe. I know yesterday was weird, but you're totally, completely, I would never.
I don't think that you would.
Okay. Good.
So it really is a tiefling thing to be allergic to shrimp?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know, far.
What? Far?
Shrimp are far from us. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but I figured,
yeah,
you know.
Okay. Man.
What's the opposite of us? You know, maybe a shrimp.
Opposite of a tiefling is a shrimp.
You can, anyway. It really is, yeah.
All right.
Any other questions you have at this juncture? No.
I guess not.
Okay, well, I just really wanted to tell you that I didn't want to, leave you. It was, after she kind of like helped me get all patched up, and then we had that conversation. And what am I gonna go do? Go downstairs and be whatever I was? No, because I wasn't good. And so I talked to my mom, and then I went. It was fine. So anyway, now you know.
Okay. I'll have that information in my head, I guess.
Okay. And you're gonna stay here now.
Huh?
Probably.
What?
And he's gonna like duck back around the thing.
Fingers, what do you mean?
We'll talk about it more later, I think.
Why did you try to start talking about it now then?
Well, I wussied out is what happened. I was gonna kind of.
Oh, okay,
and
that's a
then I
proper
wussied out.
answer. And
Yeah.
he's gonna go sit down.
So you guys kind of go back into the thing, and then everyone goes, they're back, and then goes, we weren't thinking about it.
Yeah, I think Iffy finishes up the dishes, and she's like, "Well," and she has like soap on her hands and stuff, and she's just like not even washing them off. She's like, "Is there anything that you want me to do in particular?"
So this is before Ethiot and Fingers walk back into the kitchen, just so you know. Merida's gonna turn to you and be like, how are you with like a knife? That's probably a bad call.
A bad call.
You seem to be really good at washing stuff.
Look, I can juggle knives.
Okay,
You wanna
definitely.
see?
Nope. Here's some tomatoes.
Right.
Okay, you cut it. Nope. You wash them. There we go.
Why don't you want me to handle a knife? I'm real skilled.
That's why.
Skilled with a
Hey,
knife.
how about this, Iffy?
What?
This is my choice. No.
All right.
There we go. So you can wash these tomatoes. Also, you explicitly asked me what I would like for you to do. I just want to say that again.
I'm not saying. I'm just curious as to why you don't trust me with a knife.
I'm not. I don't. It's not that I don't do that. I just, thank you for your services.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And so
I haven't heard that in a long time.
she's gonna be like, all right, so, and Thalen is gonna kind of like, as she turns to go back to what she was doing, Thalen's gonna kind of cut in front of her and be like, Meredith, here's your tea. Why don't you, I think me and Yezi have it sort of covered. Why don't you go take a seat and have some tea? I don't know. I don't think that...
Yeah, I don't really need any help. As long as I know what ingredients I can use, I can...
Well, I don't want to, I don't want to leave you guys in here.
We are imposing on your house, really.
You're not imposing.
You didn't want us to be here, initially.
Roll insight.
Okay. Unnatural 20.
You see her entire demeanor change when you say that.
In what way?
In a kind of a gloomy way. In like a blue, like a sort of self-critical, regretful kind of way.
That is not to say that it's a problem.
No,
I just mean that
it's all right. I that was on me. And yeah, I'll let you all get to it.
All right.
And
oh, Meredith, if you're not going to be doing stuff, one of y'all can wash these tomatoes. I really want to have a conversation with you real quick.
What, me? Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah. Somebody else wash these tomatoes.
Yes, I can.
All right, good boy. She's going to like...
Roll insight.
Okay. 10.
It must be hot, but only just where Lucian just where Thalen is, because his cheeks are a little rosy when you say "good boy" to him, and he goes "good boy," and then like goes back to whatever.
Yeah, everyone's gonna like toss the tomatoes to us, so he has to catch them.
He's not good. I freaking watch this, baby.
What?
If he tosses this basket of tomatoes at Thalen, who goes, "Wait, stop!" and he proceeds, like some sort of android robot, to catch every single tomato with a nat 20 performance.
Look at you, boy! You really can't all those.
Wow, that was
You never know what you can do in this life, and you might have just unlocked a new skill.
I don't know if this would ever be useful again, but that certainly wasn't this moment. Are you impressed? He's gonna turn to like the world and be like, "You all saw that, yes?"
Actually, that was quite impressive.
That was the most amazing thing I've ever done. Really, honestly. Well, this is the best day of my life. Please go have your whatever gloomy conversation you're planning to have.
Gloomy conversation.
And then Meredith is gonna kind of be like, "I will show you, because this is my house, a place where we can talk."
Yeah.
And while she walks through, Fingers kind of catches his mom's eye, kind of like through open doorways. And if you roll perception.
Okay. 21.
Wow.
It was either nat 20 or 17 on the die.
Dang,
so,
bro,
yeah.
what the heck? On the die.
On the die.
You see her mouth, "Are you okay?" to Fingers.
Oh, okay.
And you see Fingers shoot like a thumbs up. back at her, like
Okay.
as he's in the other room talking to Athia.
Yeah.
And so they go into the room. She shuts the door, and then she says, "All right, what's this about?"
Look, I can't get my head from not, like, running circles around this, but you didn't want us to be here because of that fella upstairs.
All right, can we listen? I get
Look,
it.
I really need an answer, ma'am. I know that you didn't want to talk about it, and that's your choice, but I'm really hoping that you'll see the better choice of
All right, well, let me
know.
put you right. It's not that I didn't want you to be here.
All right.
Okay? I mean, I wanted, certainly before I knew any of you, I knew you before.
Right.
My kid to be here, that's for sure. And I'm glad he came back. I'm glad he brought his friend. I'm glad he brought you and Yezi, who I'd heard so much about.
Right, yeah, I heard whisperings about her.
Yeah.
She's real pretty.
Listen, he did good. The high elf, I mean, I could take a leave, honestly. He seems like a nice guy, though.
Well, yeah,
And, the sweet
bit
little
rigid.
Tavamil.
She seems rather sweet.
I'd
a little
be-
slow.
Well, she seems kind of simple, not like that, but like easy.
Yeah.
Not like that. Like,
Well.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Thank God somebody knows what I mean. That's who I'm. If all of you walked through the door, I would have opened that door 2 seconds.
Right. What is it about that man upstairs that you don't like? I don't recognize the name. But if you know his name, then he must have done something.
You're telling me that the reason I have to tell you is because you want to know.
No. I'm telling you the reason that you have to tell me is because she's going to, like, look away and be like, man, I just spent a lot of time up there trying to fix this fella, using skills that I didn't really want to use again. And I made that choice for the second time in 4 years since I've been, maybe 5 years now, since this happened, really. And she points to, like, her scars.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to know who I picked that skill up for again.
Roll persuasion.
Okay.
With advantage.
Thank you. 15.
When you say that, she's gonna say, it has nothing to do with him.
Nothing to do with him.
I thought it did at first, but no. I have misremembered, but it has to do with. I just recognized this name. Okay.
Named Lucian?
No.
Valmora?
Yes.
But it's not him.
No, it's not him. So.
Is it like his family or something like that?
The point is this: I recognize the name, and I have sort of specific associations with that last name. So it was just surprising to me, is all. And I had to just sort of get past that.
All right.
And then I did, and then you walked in. But it doesn't have to do anything with him personally. I don't. At least I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I couldn't figure it out, because I was talking to Tavamil, and if a fella did something so bad that someone as welcoming as you made you hesitant, I was really confused as to how he could attract somebody that's so pure.
Yeah, well, I don't know, He hadn't woke up yet, so.
Yeah, I heard he woke up a few times, or at least once with Tavamil, and then there was once when they were in the room, so.
Oh, did he? Well.
Guess that's good.
I mean, yeah, I have no reason, she's reminding herself of this. I have no reason to not like him. So.
I mean, you can choose however you want to feel about somebody.
That's what I choose to feel.
And that's your God-given right.
So. But, listen, you can do what you want, Iffy, as you know. But if you could sort of just be if you could just sort of, keep that to yourself As I know other people heard me say it, but nobody else has brought it up to me. Well, yes, he has. I don't know.
Yes, he's brought it up.
Yeah, just now,
Oh, I don't think that she was bringing up the fact that you didn't like Lucian. I think that she was just worried about being
No, I
some kind
get
of
it.
way.
I understand. I don't want him to think that I don't want him there, because I don't know him, and that's not fair.
Right.
So
Well,
you can do what you want, but I made my.
I mean, I don't feel any particular sway to tell him anything. So,
Well, what I'm trying to say is, if you could try and sort of help me prevent that from happening, because I don't want him to feel unwelcome unless he gives me a reason to.
all right.
I appreciate it. And she's gonna give you like this is a horrible conversation, like smile.
On a lighter note, I didn't realize that Mish fella. Am I supposed to call him Mish? I've been hearing people call him Fingers.
He would prefer if you called him Fingers.
All right. Fingers. I didn't realize that he had a girlfriend. I thought that he was just talking about a girl that he had a crush on or something.
Listen, I'm expecting a full debrief later.
From him?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you think he'll want to tell you?
Oh, he will. He will have to. Not that I'll make him, but that's just
Who he is?
who he is. So
All right. Well, I'm rather excited for breakfast. Smells good out there.
it does. Well, shall we go back?
Sounds good.
So as Fingers and Ethiod, they're kind of sitting down again. Meredith and Iffy walk back into the room, and everyone sort of gives everybody the hey, address. And Meredith is like, well, it's almost done. I guess I'm gonna just have a seat here and drink this. And she's sitting in a chair in the corner of the room, kind of away from everything that's going on.
I think Iffy sits down and she's just like, well, does anyone have any interesting stories while we're getting everything all together? Because I'd rather love to hear one, or I could tell y'all one if y'all don't got anything.
I don't have any interesting stories.
I mean, I can probably come up with something, but I don't know if anyone would want to hear about it.
Oh, I want to hear about it, man.
Are you sure?
I don't know. You haven't started telling yet, but I bet it would be interesting.
Okay. Well, before I came to Waypoint Town, there was this market that had a lot of little trinkets and stuff like that, and something that I would do a lot of the time is steal in plain sight, and I would use the fact that I looked little to my advantage, because people don't really pay attention to kids all that much, and so I would wear this outfit that was like a little paper boy outfit, and I'd walk around holding newspapers pretending that I was selling them, and sometimes people would give me money for it, which was great. But this, my whole intentions was that I wanted to steal some of these trinkets just because they looked fun. There was one with a horse that had a birthday hat on it, and I.
Oh, ha.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So I went to this area that was selling them, and the lady kind of saw me eyeing them, and she asked me about them, and I was like, oh, I don't have any money for them. I'm just looking, whatever. And she turned her back, and I swiped one of them, and then as I was walking away, I heard her yelling to catch that kid, and so then I dropped all the newspapers and ran as fast as I could, and I took off all the pieces of my costume, and then I went back around and took another one because I looked like a different person. So I had two little trinkets. One was the horse with the birthday hat on it, and then it was a cat playing a piano.
Oh, that's fun.
Do you still have them? No. I think I broke them, actually. I don't really remember.
That was a good story, man.
Well,
You
thanks.
hear from the corner.
He's gonna look behind him.
Meredith is passed the heck out. Tea untouched, and she is fully asleep in the chair.
Well, I think that's a rather good story. There's a lot of towns that I'm not allowed in because I'm not really good at stealing, and I was caught stealing a lot of stuff in a lot of towns.
Is everyone in here some sort of thief?
I mean, I'm not a thief in occupation, if that's what you mean. I am also not a thief. I'm not anything. And she kind of like, I think Yezi kind of like gives a happy smile, like an actual like, I'm not anything.
Yeah. Fingers is going to roll a perception check. So give me a DC for him seeing that.
I think that it's plain on her face, so it's like 10.
Fingers is looking right behind you at Thalen and misses it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just like, he was like looking at you and you saw him kind of like catch your face a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, he smiles and then you realize that he's not looking at you. And you're like, okay.
All right.
Just me.
Back to my eggs.
Okay, is that a problem? No, I don't mean it that way. It's just sort of funny, that's all. I mean, sorry, I'll go back to cooking.
Have you never stolen anything in your whole life?
Of course I've stolen things in my life.
So then you're a bit of a thief too.
I suppose, well, it was out of necessity. It wasn't out of...
Well, you think that people steal out of not necessity.
I don't think
mean,
that...
the figurines were not...
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
but most of the time I did steal out of necessity, like food and stuff like that.
That's what I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean...
Why were you stealing out of necessity?
Actually, yeah, that's a good question. You seem rather all proper and prim.
Proper and prim, both. Yes, well, you know, occasionally, anyway. They're almost done, the eggs, if we can all sort of sit down and
Do you want to stop this conversation?
Yes, I would love to stop
all
this
right.
conversation.
Are you going to answer the question that I asked you last night?
What was it?
How you got that scar on your ear?
Can you all stop looking at me and talking to me? Is this some sort of... I'm just trying to cook eggs. Is this going to be some sort of exploration of me as a person? Then I'm not interested.
Thalen, I'm sorry. You don't have to
It's
answer
fine.
anything.
You didn't say anything. It's fine. I just...
Look, honey, I'm just interested in you as a person.
No, I don't want to have this conversation, so we could leave me alone. That'd be fine.
All right. It's funny seeing a wet white person get all spicy.
Thalen is gonna drop anything he's holding and walk out of the room.
Man, you know, usually people like that do get a bit all rigid.
That's I think you could lay off a little bit, you know? I think you could give him a second, you know? He's been through a lot recently, so...
I actually don't know what y'all have been through.
Well, I mean, okay, but, like, you're asking him about his... you know, he's got, like, a cut on his ear, and he's, you know, asking about needing to steal food and stuff like that. I feel like that's first time I meet you, I'm not an expert. And I don't want to make it sound like I'm yelling at you. I'm not. I don't want to.
You can yell at me if you want to.
But I don't want to.
All right.
I just think that you could, you know, I don't know.
Sure.
Okay.
Look, I'll go apologize to him if that's what y'all want.
I think maybe you could just give him like a minute, you know.
All right.
All right. Well, it looks like
everything is ready.
Yeah.
Maybe we should eat. I think that sometimes people get a little bit more upset when they are hungry.
Yeah. You know, grab a Snickers.
What is that?
I don't know. And Fingers is gonna start kind of like doing the like, hey, everything's fine, we're having a good time, and like go get some plates and forks and stuff like that. And he's kind of like looking out the door that Thalen walked out of.
Can Iffy roll a perception check?
To determine.
Like Fingers looking out the door, like kind of like he's concerned. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
12.
I mean, she fully sees him like taking peeks out the door, trying to see him.
I think Iffy kind of stands up and slaps her thighs, and she's like, "All right, well, if y'all can make me up a plate, I'd appreciate that." And she like dips her head out the door to go towards Thalen.
Okay, well, I don't know. I just tried.
I mean, you know, look, we don't know her. Honestly.
Yeah, but we know
Let her
Thalen.
do what she wants.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't know how to handle this.
I'm sure that it would be fine.
Okay. And they're like people are getting plates.
Mm-hmm.
So if he walks into the other room, and Thalen is just like sitting in a chair with his head in his hands.
Hey, I didn't mean to.
Oh my
Shit,
goodness.
sorry.
Yes, you need something from me? Something else?
I just want to apologize. I know that I can come off a bit strong, and then I don't realize it, and then people point it out to me. So, sorry if it was a bit too strong for you.
It's all fine. Everything's fine. I just wasn't expecting to be bombarded with...
Gotta be on your toes, you know? I'm always on my toes. Anything can happen in this world, so I can't just leave it up to what I expect.
Are you telling me that I should be prepared to...
For everything. She like, kind of sits down on the ground, and she has this, like, kind of wild grin and, like, a glint in her one good eye.
I have never been prepared for a single thing that's ever happened to me, so...
You know, if I can honestly tell you the truth, I don't think I've been either. I like to think that I have been, but life really throws stuff at you, you know?
Yes, it does. And he's like looking at you. Go ahead, roll a insight check.
Okay, 17.
He's looking at your eye and your ear.
You want to know what happened?
Honestly and truly, I don't.
All right. I will tell you that I don't mind. Usually it's the first thing that I talk to people about.
I don't think that I have the stomach for it, frankly.
Oh, shoot. You know what? I didn't really either when it first happened to me. I had to get used to it.
I bet you did. I just...
Completely blind. She, like, waves her freaking hand in front of her
face.
eye. And I can't hear out of this ear either, so if you're standing on that side of me...
Understood.
Alright. I just want you to know that I'm not ignoring you. If you're standing on that side of me, I will not be able to hear you.
Noted.
Anyways, I'll leave you alone. I seem to have made some...
No, it's fine. I'm fine now. So, the apology accepted. I do appreciate it.
You're mighty welcome.
And he's gonna like give you a smile and like kind of stand up. And his face is like cheeks were kind of pink, and now they're back to whatever they were before. And you see him look back at your ear on that side, and when with your 17, the other part that you notice is that they're on the same side.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so his goofed up ear and her goofed up ear are on the same side, and you can see him kind of notice that and, like, take something from it.
I think that we're a bit more kindred spirits in more ways than one.
Do you truly? Do you truly think that?
I don't know. I mean, we getting injured on the same level every time.
I understand. Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it is.
That's so funny. I didn't
Ain't that funny?
Well,
anyways, by the way, you can call me Iffy if you want. I learned that catchphrase a while back, and I really thought that it was mighty interesting. Iffy if you want.
As a human name, isn't it?
Iffy?
Yes.
Yeah. My dad was human, and my mom was a Summer Eldrin. I'm kind of sad that I didn't get a Summer Eldrin name, because they're kind of cool. My mom's name is Yamul.
Wow.
My dad's name is Solder.
I mean, there's certainly one that's more sort of, trips
Elegant.
off the tongue. Yes, as, of the two, if you don't mind me saying so.
Nah, man. They ain't here to hear it.
I mean, I was named after my father, sort of.
What's your father's name?
Galen.
Oh.
The name's
Galen,
rhyme, at
Balin?
least. Yes, so my mother picked that name.
Oh, what's your mom's name?
Antis.
Antis. That's a rather cool name.
Antis Moxley.
That's a mouthful, but it's a good mouthful.
Indeed. So it could be worse, is all I'm saying.
Look, with the way that I talk, solder comes off easily in my mouth than Yamul, if I'm being honest with you. So maybe it's a good thing that my name's Efferson.
Maybe. I mean, I quite like it.
Well, I mighty appreciate that.
And he's gonna like give you like a smile, and kind of like nod his head because you're like walking back towards the kitchen, and he's gonna kind of like go around you because you are so tall.
Yeah.
And kind of, he's like, you're like tall but large proportionately,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm a small boy.
How tall is he?
5'7", I think.
Okay.
I'd said 5'7", 5'8". He's as tall as Tavmil is.
Oh, 5'8" then.
Yeah.
I think that Ifferson says, "Oh, and my last name's Bomry, just so we're on the same level. I know you as Staley Moxley, and you know me as Ifferson Bomry."
Okay, well, you can call me Thalen. I don't have a nickname. I don't know how you would create that into a nickname.
How about...
We don't have to do this.
I can come up with a nickname. I'm really good at them. T-Dog.
No, please.
Really?
Hey, T-Dog, we made you play T-Dog. Hey, T-Dog, I'm adopting that the moment you said
Ain't
it.
it a good nickname?
It's great, and I love it so much, and I don't even remember your name before that. Please, 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 why have you done this to me? Everything's going so well.
What? I think everything's going swimmingly.
It's going better now. It's going better
honestly,
because of that
T-Dog,
now.
it's
T-Dog.
a great...
I'm never calling you Thalen. I don't even, Brad, why did I say that? I'm only going to call you that from now.
Yeah, Thalen, who's Thalen?
All right, well, why don't we all grab plates and go upstairs?
All right.
You can all introduce me again to Lucian when he wakes up.
As T-Dog.
As T-Dog. And you all make plates. And while this is going on, Tavmil hears the clinky clinks of plates and conversations and movement and things of that nature. You hear that in the background. In the background of the only sound, really, you hear outside. You're pretty reasonably high up. You hear outside people talking, and birds doing their thing. Industry happening. Someone will yell some profanity, and Tavmil doesn't know what it means. You hear that, but there's so much in between you and that. Not just face, like space, like what the heck is it called? Your proximity to it, but also the world that you are in is so different from that world. You are hiding from it in this place that the only reason why you can hide from it there is because of weird social, societal, whatever that you have no idea about and don't understand. There's so much about this that you don't understand. And so it sort of feels not real, what's going on out there. And you know that it has, in the way that it's completely different from your normal life, the outside has so much impact, and the windows are always open, and there's always air moving through the house, and birds singing, and stuff going in and out of your house, food coming in, food going out, everything. You are completely closed off from nature, which makes you feel like you're part of something. In a foreign to you reasonably place, with this person who you are sort of inextricable from at this point. And that's sort of what you're focusing on, that connection, because that's your connection to that time and that life. And you can hear Lucian next to you breathing, and he's breathing stronger than he was the previous night, and he's kind of cooled down. And that's kind of what you can hear more than anything going on outside. Is that you hear food being made downstairs, and you hear Lucian breathing, and somewhere in some other universe someone is doing something outside on the cobblestone streets. How does Tavamil feel right now?
I think that she feels a lot of hope. Like, she wakes up in this room that's full of people who she can call her friends, or at least she really hopes that she can call her friends, who have been helping her without her even knowing, really. Like, they had been helping her before she even asked them for help. And, they allowed her to come here with Lucian, and they fixed him and showed her, how to do some of it. And now they're like downstairs and making meals for her. And I think that she's very just like, okay, he's cooled down a bit and he's breathing and he's here. And all those people down there seem to care a lot about him. Or at least some of them do. Some of them I'm not so sure of. She thinks of like Ezzy and Ifferson, where she's just like, Ifferson helped, but also she's been very cavalier about this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that she's very just like, I believe that everything would be fine. I said that I knew that it would be, and it seems like it's really turning out to be.
And as you see these thoughts kind of in the forefront of your mind, because you're expecting nothing. Nothing's going to change about the situation. So there's no point in focusing on it. You can focus on that, how you feel, what's going on, what's happening to you, and that feeling of hope that kind of pulls you into the unknown, but maybe at least somewhere different than this situation. You're lying down facing Lucian, kind of breathing in the cool air that's coming out of him, thinking these thoughts, and then all of a sudden you feel something against your face.
Okay.
And kind of clumsily push up into your hair.
Okay. Is it his hand?
Your eyes kind of focus on him. You realize all of a sudden that you don't hear him breathing. You don't hear anything at all. You feel that on the side of your face. You feel it kind of weave its way into your hair. And your face was pointed at his. You weren't looking at him. You were looking at the inside of you.
Yeah.
And when you feel that, and you turn your gaze back on him, you see two eyes staring directly at yours.
Lucian.
Tavamil.
Hi.
He's gonna grab the back of your hair so hard that it hurts even. And he's going to pull yourself to him and crush him with as much strength as he can against your chest.
Hello. Are you alright?
I found you.
You did.
Where were you? I've been looking.
I found you.
I've been looking everywhere.
I've been looking for you too.
Really, I was. And you can feel that he's trying to move his other arm, and he he puts it on top of you. It's his forearm that's broken, so he just puts it on top of you, and it's just also there too.
Please be careful. You're gonna hurt yourself.
He's gonna pull you back away from him as he so he can look at you.
Yeah.
He kind of pulls you away.
Tavmil's gonna put her hand on the side of his face.
And he's gonna put his hand on the side of your face too, and he starts kind of rubbing at the cut on your cheek, like he's trying to erase it. Are you alright?
I'm alright. I'm doing great.
Really? You're fine?
I'm fine, especially now that you're awake.
Nothing's wrong. They didn't do anything to you, surely.
Nothing's wrong.
Oh, thank goodness. And he's gonna pull your head against his forehead. And you can feel him kind of his breath hitching a little bit, and his head is kind of underneath yours. Your foreheads are together, and you can feel something cold and wet on your hands.
Everything's alright, Lucian.
And he holds you like that for a long time.
I'm really glad that you woke up. I love you so much.
And he's gonna wait until he's with it again. And he's gonna kind of you can kind of feel as he sort of calms down a little bit. He was moving like he wasn't injured when he saw that it was you.
Yeah.
And he pulled you on top of him. And now he's sort of moving a little bit more carefully.
You need to be careful. They really hurt.
He's gonna Are you sort of still flopped down next to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're both like lying
Mm-hmm.
facing each other. He's gonna kind of like make like he's gonna get up.
You have to stay in bed.
What happened? What happened to me? Why am I?
I don't know what happened to you.
What do you mean?
I wasn't there, and nobody's told me anything. Really.
It was a girl.
Mm.
He's gonna like reach forward and grab your hand.
Mm-hmm.
There was a girl who found me. Is she okay?
What does she look like?
I don't know. She have red hair.
Everson. I think so. She really patched you up. She helped me. Well, I helped her. She showed me how to do some stuff. And she points to, like, some stitches that he has on him. And she'd be like, I did those ones.
No, you what? No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Why would you do that?
Because you needed them.
I don't want you to have to see that sort of thing.
I don't care. I don't want to see it either, because then that means that you're in that state. But if you are, I'm going to do everything that I can to help you.
You don't have to. I'm fine.
Lying is bad.
I'm not lying. And he's gonna like, as he's kind of talking to you, he was grabbing your hand, and now he's grabbing kind of your shoulder. Like he's kind of pulling himself closer to you.
Yeah.
No, listen. I'm fine.
You are lying.
I'm not.
Your arm's broken, and your leg is too. And your ribs are.
No, but you don't understand. I was not fine.
What do you mean?
I wasn't fine. I wasn't fine for... I don't know. No. I was looking for you and I wasn't fine. I'm fine now. I'm fine.
Are you mad at me?
Well, he's gonna like look up at you with like complete not understanding. What do you mean?
I broke my promise about not going into town.
That was so long ago.
It feels like it. I should have kept my promise, and I'm really sorry.
What do you mean you're sorry? You didn't do anything.
I made a lot of bad stuff happen because I went into town.
That wasn't you. You didn't make anything happen. It was... The reason that I didn't want you to go into town is because town is...
dangerous.
It can be.
It is.
It seems to be. But not because I knew this would happen or something, you know?
I knew that... I was really scared that I was in town for a really long time because I really felt like something bad was going to happen with me being gone. And then it did. And I'm so happy that you're all right. And I feel really bad because I feel like this is all my fault.
No, stop.
If you didn't have to come and look for me, you wouldn't have been like this.
That's not true. He's gonna like put his big hand on your face and wipe like the beginnings of a tear away. That's not true. Listen, it's good that you went.
Why?
You can just trust me. I'm sure it will all come out later, but you can rest assured that it's good that you went. I'm just sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I just am.
You didn't do anything wrong.
You have no idea what I've done.
What do you mean?
He's gonna like realize that that's true.
Mm.
And he's, at this point, you and him are tied up.
Yeah.
Like he's got his hand all anywhere that he can be like, she's real and she's here and she's in front of me. And your foreheads are touching just as much as he can to his extremely specific standards of what that should be.
Yeah.
And when he realizes that's true, he all at once, but sort of gently, hopefully you don't notice, kind of pulls away from you.
Okay. She doesn't want that.
Yeah, roll a perception check
Okay.
with advantage.
An unnatural 20.
Yeah, he must have done something. He must have done something for his reaction to go from so happy to see you that he's throwing away inhibitions that would the only other time that you remember him hugging you without a 20-minute long conversation about it in which you repeatedly asked him until he would like wrap his arm around you and then let go.
Yeah.
The only other time that you remember him doing that of his own volition is when he thought that you had died. And this is very much the same sort of situation, but he's injured and you're his. And he's looking to you for comfort.
Yeah.
And so in that moment when he realizes that that's true, and he realizes, you can kind of see on his face, he realizes that he's being unfair and doing something that is selfish and not in alignment with reality.
Tavmil's going to pull him closer to her, and she's going to say, I know that usually you don't like touching, but I really am glad that you're here and I just really want this. And also, you can't say things like that. I can't have you be vague anymore. So much has happened and there's so much that I need to figure out, and I need you to explain stuff to me, because if I don't know what's going on, then I'm not going to know anything.
Tav, let go of me.
Right. She's gonna let go.
He's gonna kind of like pull away from you so that he's not touching you at all, which is tricky because it's not a big bed.
And Tavmil's gonna sit up.
He's gonna put he's gonna put his hand on the bed in his elbow, and he's gonna kind of haul himself to sitting. Oh,
You have to be careful.
I'm careful. It's not that I want. It's not that I want to be vague. I don't know if this is the right time to tell you.
I really don't know what other good time would be.
Maybe when I'm so tired, Tav.
I know.
Everything. So can you give me a bit more time?
Promise you'll tell me.
I'll tell you. I promise. Just give me a moment more.
All right. Can you stay awake enough to eat food? The downstairs making stuff?
I'm fine, Tav. You don't have to worry.
You need to eat.
I'm not hungry.
I don't care.
Who's the doctor now?
Me. And Iffy.
Iffy.
Ifferson.
Oh, is the girl?
And Meredith.
That's right.
You don't know Meredith, but she's really nice, and she's letting us stay in her house.
He's gonna like shut his eyes. Is there anything that you want to say to him while you still have privacy?
I don't ever want to be apart from you again.
Tav, stop it.
Stop what?
I'm sorry for earlier. I was so...
Sorry about what? You're the only one who doesn't like that.
It's wrong. Doesn't matter if I...
Why do you think that's
Tavamil,
wrong?
I like it.
You do? I really like it too.
But it's wrong.
Why is it wrong?
You don't know the situation. I just can't tell you. No, I just can't do it now.
She's gonna like reach out to touch him, be like, I don't think that matters. I love you, and no matter what the situation is, I'm always going to love you.
I suppose you won't stop even if I ask you.
To love you.
Saying it.
You never stop saying that
Look,
I love you.
Tav, I understand that for whatever reason, you're happy I'm alive. But I could never deserve that.
I don't care if you think that you deserve it or not. I've been having a lot of people tell me what I should do and what I need to be doing, and I don't want that anymore. And I want to love you, and I want to have you in my life, and as long as you'll be here, I don't want that to go away. And if you die, and that's going to go away, I want you in my life so
Tav,
bad that... What?
I can't bear it. Please stop.
I don't understand what's so bad about it.
He's gonna like push himself kind of off of the bed frame and kind of turn to face you.
Mm-hmm.
Tav. Tell me you love me.
I love you.
How much?
I love you more than any person in the world, except for my mum, but I love you differently.
How much do you love me? Describe it.
Describe how much I love you.
He's gonna grab your hand and put the back of it on his face. Explain to me.
Every day, I get so excited knowing that I'm going to be able to talk to you. And whenever I see anything, like if I see a fun bug, or if the sky is a really nice colour, you're the first person that I think about wanting to tell. And I dream about you a lot, because even in my dreams I want to be talking to you, and I want to be hanging out with you and enjoying your company. And everything reminds me of you. Whenever I go into the streams now and it's cold, it makes me think about how you really like swimming and you really like it in the winter, and I can't do that in the winter, but in the summer when I do it, I always think about how maybe this is how it feels to you to do it in the winter. And when the sky is really cloudless and it's this nice light blue, I always think about how it looks like you, and that you're a little bit part of the world that I love. And maybe that makes me love the world a bit more because you're there. And I love you so much that I talk about you to a lot of people, because I can't imagine anything more interesting to talk about than the person that I love. And I love you so much that sometimes I don't understand it. Like, I've had friends before, and I love my mum, and it didn't feel like that. And I asked a lot of people yesterday what it all meant and what it feels like. And a lot of the times when I think about you, I get this feeling in my stomach that's like when little fish come to your feet and then they're kind of swimming around your feet and it tickles and it feels exciting. And I kind of get that feeling in my stomach. And a lot of people said that Maybe I love you more than a friend, and I think that's the right. I think I love you so much more than a friend. And can I try something?
What?
Can I kiss you?
He's just gonna sit there with his eyes shut and his face just like about to break.
I think Tavmil's gonna lean forward and kiss him.
The moment you do that, you feel him like melt into it. And his whole body relaxes. And he takes in kind of like a breath in as he's kind of pulled forward and catches himself on his good arm, and the other arm's draped across his ribs. And he's not really moving at all. He's just kind of relaxing and unknitting himself from himself and kind of like dissolving into nothing in your hand on his face. And then you just stay there.
I think Tavmil has her forehead to his. She goes, really thought that would be nice, and it was. And I don't want to do that with anyone else.
Tavmil.
What?
My darling. It's my fault that your mum is sick.
What do you mean?
It's my fault.
How is it your fault?
He's gonna sit kind of back and kind of like push himself back. She got hurt. And suddenly there was water clary.
Right.
I'd never been able to get my hands on it before to use it for anything. But I'd heard that you could use it as a painkiller. And so that's what I tried to do. And I gave it to him. You know, regularly. And all of a sudden, she was telling me she couldn't sleep. So many nightmares. And so I tried to help her do that. And we both decided it would be best to keep that sort of between us.
Okay.
I asked her to, if it was all right. I was afraid that I was such a coward. She's so understanding. I don't deserve it. I didn't deserve it. But I thought I could fix it, and then you would never have to know the way that I... She just tried so many things to fix it, and I couldn't. And now she can't sleep at all. And to have a meal.
Yeah.
She doesn't know who you are.
What do you mean?
She doesn't know who I am.
Every time that I talked to her, she seemed fine. I mean, I knew that she looked a little bit tired, but I thought that was because she was sick.
It's gotten worse recently.
Why? Was it because of the water clay?
It was. It had to have been.
Lucian, it's not your fault.
No, stop.
You want to know why? I know that you would never try to hurt us on purpose. And you were told something that wasn't true. Or at least you were told incomplete information.
Listen.
We're going to figure it out.
No, stop. Your mother was not... should not have been my bloody test subject. It was just everywhere, and I thought...
I brought it there.
No.
You know what's my fault?
No, stop it. What else were you gonna do, Tav?
I could have figured something else out.
That was it. That was the key.
It hasn't done me much good now, has it?
Tav, that's not your fault.
This isn't yours
Yes,
either.
it is. You're too charitable.
I'm not.
You are. You're too kind. And you're deserving of someone who wouldn't do that to you.
Nobody else would even try to help my mum as much as you do. I don't want anyone else, and I don't mean to be rude, but I don't really care about what you think about how I feel about stuff.
Tav.
I love you, and I don't think that it's your fault. Because I know that mistakes happen, and stuff doesn't always go to how we want them to. But as long as we don't try to blame it on other people, and we try to fix it, then that's the best that we can do. And there's no point in not forgiving somebody, not giving somebody grace. Because then the world would just be horrible and awful, and people wouldn't be nice and good. And I've seen so many bad people that I don't want to be that. And I know that it's not your fault. And thinking about what maybe we could have changed, or what maybe I could have figured out something else, that my farm wasn't like that, or that you could have found a different medicine. There's no point. Because you're here and you're fine, and I'm here and I'm fine, and now we just have to find Mum, and then we'll find a way to get her better.
I don't know if I can do that. I've tried so many.
We'll find somebody who does. I know that I don't really like... Well, I can't say that because I like Thalen, but the Wethway people are not great right now, doing a lot of bad things. But they know a lot about Water Clary. And I know that Thalen does. He used it to find me. He said that he did.
Lucian's face is like it's as though you slapped him across the face with that information. He did what now?
He used what, Clary, to find me. And I'm really glad that he did, because I was going to get hurt if he didn't.
Who told you that?
He did.
You were going to get hurt?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, I was walking through town after... There's a lot that you don't know. I feel like I'm going to tell you one thing and then it's not going to be far back enough. But I was walking through the streets because I was trying to find Thalen and Fingers. And then this guy, I tripped over him. And he had like a knife to my throat and stuff. And I got really scared. But then Thalen came and he, I don't know, broke the guy's leg or something. I really don't know what he did.
He had a knife to your throat?
Mm-hmm. His name was Hale. He was an assassin. He's gone now, though. Yezi told him to go away.
Yezi?
Hmm.
Why does that name sound familiar to me?
She knows you. I don't know why. She looks like a rock.
I suppose I'll get the whole story later. I just wanted to say that it seems so insufficient. I'm so sorry, Tav. So sorry.
It's all alright.
I don't think I can hear you. I can hear you forgive me. I don't think I can. I can't forgive myself.
I'll find a way to teach you how.
Don't waste your time.
It wouldn't be a waste of my time. I love you. I'd do anything for you. Because I know that you'd do anything for me.
I'd do anything for you. I would. I was dead, Tav.
No, you weren't.
No, I was. I was. I really was.
If you said that you weren't...
No, I don't mean that. I was dead. And then you know, being alone in the house when I got back for that week, I thought I was trying to get alone, but then I wasn't. And
You mean when you came back from the war?
when I came back, yeah. And then I remembered you'd invited me over, and I wasn't looking for you, but I've happened upon you. It's the first time I left, gone outside, and I saw you and asked you if I could take you up on your invitation.
I remember that.
And I came over and you just talked to me about nothing, and trees and plants, and
I talked to you about the bugs.
You said you sacrificed 2 beetles.
I had to.
Tavi, that was the first time I'd laughed, and since I was a boy, that's what it felt like. And I'm not now.
Not what?
I'm better now.
You're not dead.
Sometimes I wish I was.
I never wish that.
Maybe it's just what should have happened back there, you know? I'd stay there.
No. Ever since we were kids, I always really wanted to be your friend. You never wanted to be my friend because I was so much younger than you. And when you came back home, I was so excited to see you. And I wanted to talk to you about everything that had changed and catch you up on everything so that we maybe could start being friends. I think I was 16 when you came back. And my mum told me that I had to give you some space, that I was being a bit much. I felt really bad about it, and I told her that maybe I should apologise to you, and she said that she didn't think that was a good idea. When you came to tell me that you wanted to take me up on the offer of coming over for dinner, when you were out of eyesight, I ran all the way back home and I told my mum that you were coming over, and we tried to think about all the things that we remembered that you liked as a kid and hoping that you still liked them.
I'm so undeserving of that.
I don't think so.
You're wrong. And
you don't have to make yourself be deserving of it by doing anything.
I could never.
You're yourself, and that's all that we want.
You weren't overwhelming me.
Glad that I wasn't.
When I got off the train, it was just seeing you. It felt like no time had passed. It felt like the only thing different about me was the fact that my uniform fit when I got off the train. Even your mum, she looked so similar, and Fit's wife, you know. But you, I think you were 11, right, when I left. You were 16. You're so different looking.
I grew up a lot.
Scary.
Scary? Do I look scary?
It's just sort of getting hit with it all at once, you know? And I wasn't really. I still am not ready. But I was certainly not ready then, and that was all. It had nothing to do with. You did nothing wrong.
I'm glad to hear that. That was 4 years ago.
Still feels like nothing is. No time has passed. So much has happened though. Feels like it happened to somebody else.
Yeah. I know that feeling.
We're gonna find her.
I know where she is.
What? You don't. Where is she?
She's at a tower that I was at. At least I haven't seen her, but I was told that she was there.
She was okay when you found her?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I was told that she was alive. I was told that she was dead, and then I was told that she was alive by somebody that's a bit more nicer.
You didn't see her though?
No.
Right, Well,
But the person who told... Person... I'm sorry, I'm going to break the promise. And she, like, closes her eyes. A knight told me that they're not supposed to talk, but they weren't really a knight. They were two dwarves in a knight armor suit. Suit of armor. They told me that they saw her and that she was alive, and then they helped me escape.
He's gonna lean forward and put... He's gonna scoot towards you so that he can stop leaning on his arm. And he's gonna pick it up and put the back of his hand on your cheek. You sure you're okay?
I'm alright.
They didn't hit your head or anything.
No.
He's like checking your head.
Do you not believe me?
It's not... No, listen, it's just...
I did a lot of stuff by myself.
It sounds like it.
I jumped out of a tower. Remember that potion that I made because I fell off the roof that one time?
Don't say things like that. My heart can't take it.
Well, I did. Well, I got pushed out of a tower, but I wanted to jump out of it.
And you're fine, and I'm this.
I'm a lot more capable than a lot of people think I am.
You're a lot more capable than I am, that's for sure.
I think that more people are looking for you than they are for me. I don't know why, but only a few people knew who I was, but a lot of other people know who you are.
Thank you.
For what?
It's hard to nail down just a single thing. And I'm sorry it took so long to tell you. I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologise. Because I don't want an apology.
What do you want?
Can I kiss you again? I really liked that the first time.
I'd rather not.
Alright.
That's not something that I want to do before. With someone I'm not.
Before?
You know, you understand, right, Tavermeal?
No.
Well.
Before what?
With someone to whom I'm not married. And his cheeks are a little bit tinged with purple.
Alright. Can I at least hold your hand?
I would love that.
She, like, smiles because I don't think he's ever said that.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll interlace her hand, like her hand with his fingers, and just be like, I'm really glad that you're here. I was the one finding you, and I think I did a really good job.
He's gonna look down at himself and say, do you?
Well, I didn't do any of that.
You know, I mean, if you'd found me sooner, maybe it wouldn't have happened.
I didn't know that you were missing.
Well,
I
you
said,
gotta be on your toes. You never know.
I just always think that you're missing now. Every time my eyes aren't on you.
You understand my life.
I'm really sorry.
No, don't be. I love searching for you.
You don't seem to like it. It seems to scare you. I understand now why you don't like when I get hurt. Or why some people told me about the war. And
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it either, but I understand why you want to protect me all the time. And I'm sorry I asked you so many times about it.
I accept your apology. I don't like searching for you because I want you to be hurt or something, or I don't. I like searching for you because I know all the places that you go and all the things you like, and it's nice to go over them in my head. And then when I find you, and I always do,
You do.
I get my reward.
She's gonna smile at him.
He like smiles up at her, squeezes her hand.
I've been talking to you the entire time that you've been asleep because you told me that if I got lost, to just follow something that I recognise. And I was hoping that maybe you were just a little bit lost and that you just needed to follow something that you recognised. And I was hoping that that would be the sound of my voice.
It's funny. He leans back against the headboard and shuts his eyes. I was having a nightmare.
Were you? I had a dream about you.
Did you?
It was when... I guess it was more like a memory. A dream about a memory. It was the first time that you ever really hugged me all by yourself without me asking you to.
Is it that noteworthy?
It made me really happy. And I could tell that something that I did made you relax. And I felt like a lot of the times I didn't see you like that. And I figured that you could use it.
What did you do?
This. And she's gonna do what she did. Run her hands through his hair. So you like it now too?
You can stop, it's okay.
Do you want me to?
That's not the point.
I don't want to stop.
He's gonna like kind of pull his head away and give you like a, I'm sorry, I can't with that, you know, like, you know.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Right.
I was having a dream about a memory.
Really?
And it's a memory I think about often.
Do you want to talk about it?
No. But usually it's the same. Every time. And this time it was different. I heard your voice.
You did?
I did. Sort of pulled me out of it, you know?
I'm so glad that it worked.
It always works.
I felt a bit silly.
Did you?
I did.
So I guess you found me twice in one night.
I guess so.
Is there anything else you want to say to Lucian?
I don't think so.
Okay. He's going to squeeze your hand and kind of lean his head against the headboard and take a deep breath and give a small, like, look of contentment. And then you hear the turning of a doorknob. And in walks a very quiet Fingers, who's going to kind of stick his head around the door and see Lucian. And Lucian is going to hear the turning of a doorknob and someone opening a door. And he's going to pull his hand out of your hand and sit up straight. And Fingers locks eyes with him and he goes, Lucian! And that's where we're going to end this episode. Dude, everybody getting, you know.
Oh, man.
What a convo.
That was so sweet.
I feel like warm and fuzzy.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see you guys next time.